From historic Raabe Stadium in Wauwatosa on a cool and overcast Saturday night, it's a Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference matchup between the Warriors and the Green Knights. And good evening, everybody. Welcome inside this special People's State Bank coverage of Wisconsin Lutheran College football, as presented by Legacy Insurance Group. He is Warriors Hall of Fame football coach Dennis Miller. I am merely Scott Warris. And over the next 3 hours or so, we're going to bring you Warriors and Green Knights. And Coach, we talked about rivalries in the past. We had a rivalry under the lights a few weeks back against Concordia, Wisconsin. And while St. Norbert and WLC have only been in a league since 2021, this has really become a nice rivalry between these two schools.
It really has become a nice rivalry, and there's been some very close and exciting games, come from behind wins. St. Norbert's at this point has had our number, but again, it's a rivalry game, so I think everybody's going to bring their A game tonight.
Okay, when we were last together, we saw the Warriors' senior starting quarterback, Nate Griffith, go down with a back injury, and even though they had a bye since then, he is still not cleared to go, which means back to the freshman, Quincy Reams, who got the start in games 1 and 2. A chance for Quincy to kind of get a bit of a reset here tonight.
Absolutely. It's like his second opportunity. And as we talked about in the opener for him, he's a very talented quarterback. And the thing that he lacked early on is just merely the experience of playing in this offense, college football. So I'm very excited to see what he brings to the table now, and especially because he's been the guy for the last 2 weeks getting all of the reps. So it'll be very interesting to see how he responds tonight.
He'll be getting the snaps from a new center, kind of. Marshall Palmer, who we'll get into his story as we go through the broadcast. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, last game, had a sack. And tonight, he has moved over from the defensive line to the offensive line. He is the starting center. It's been a war of attrition kind of on that line, so Palmer's been a great guy to step up.
He really is, and, you know, that center spot is a hard spot to play, and that just shows the versatility that Palmer has. Because even last week, or 2 weeks ago, he stepped in and had to snap once and did a good job with it. So I think I actually think it's going to be a seamless transition for him at center.
Warriors are snake-bitten by the injury bug on the defense. Two of their top 3 tacklers, Sam Elke and Nathan Nevad, are scratches here tonight due to injuries. Others are going to have to step up, Coach. This has been a defense that in the last 2 games has had 6 interceptions, so they're trending in the right direction. Tonight's a night maybe for some new guys to step up.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, that's tough to lose those 2 players. So there's going to have to be some guys emerge tonight that we haven't seen do that yet in a college game. But those 2 guys, as we talked about earlier, have 3 of the interceptions in the last few games. So we need some new guys to come forward. But talking with Coach Donovan, I think he's confident that will happen.
Yeah, the defensive coordinator for the Warriors going to offer some other guys some opportunities here tonight. Warriors looking for their first ever win against St. Norbert. There's been a couple of squeakers in the last 3 years. We'll see how this one plays out. Stick with us. More from historic Raabe Stadium as our pregame show rolls on. Kickoff comes your way at the top of the hour. Back in a moment.
This isn't just another college.
If you are looking for a university where the professors care about you, you can meet friends who have the same values as you, and you're going to be in a super fun area with a ton of student activities and fun stuff to do, then you want to go to WLC.
This is a place where you'll engage in Christ-centered academics and student life experiences that activate your potential.
Learning here at WLC is incredibly hands-on learning. You get a bunch of different experiences.
You can really balance academics with athletics or fine arts or any extracurriculars.
I don't think a single student here graduates without thinking that they are a Christian leader. You get everything when you come here. You get a wonderful community of people. You get endless opportunities.
WLC initially was just a college for me, but now it's a home.
Your greatest adventure starts here. Visit wlc.edu/purpose to learn more.
Ready here on a Saturday night. It's overcast, it's chilling. We'll get it going here at the top of the hour. Scott Morris joined now here down on the field by another Scott Martins, who heads up the WLC undergrad sport management program. Scott, thanks for spending a couple minutes of your Saturday night with us. Let's talk a little bit about sport management, because you talk about a program that is exploding in just a handful of years at WLC, and you've been there since the beginning.
Yeah, it's been awesome to see how the good Lord's blessed our program at WLC. It started as an idea 7 years ago, and it's now grown to the point where it's one of the larger majors on campus. God's truly blessed our program. I just got to remind myself to get out of his way many times, and he continues to bless it. So it's been awesome and cool to see, and it's been very humbling to have actually been a part of this. So thank you, Lord.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What is the feedback you have gotten from students and now even the alumni that have gone out there? What do you get, even though a few years old, still the feedback?
Yeah, we're just starting to get some of our graduates out into the actual workforce. The first class graduated 3-4 years ago, and again, now they're starting to get some of the different positions and stuff, but it's been cool to build relationships with them, and now to see them actually be successful with some of the different sports organizations.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. Being in southeastern Wisconsin, the Milwaukee metro area, I imagine that allows for great internship opportunities, great employment opportunities, and beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. Internships are part of the sports management major. They're required. We live in such a great area where you got the Bucks, the Brewers, the Admirals, AAA affiliate of the NHL Predators. You've got the Wave, you've got Rock Ventures, you've got countless minor league, Northwood League baseball teams. So opportunities for students to get internships, it's great. What's really great, though, is when you see the students that are taking those internships and have completed them, that are now being offered jobs with those organizations. And as much as, I'd like to say it's all about the WLC program, it's really about the students and the effort and what they've done. And it's really cool and rewarding as a professor and advisor to see them starting to see some of that success.
It really is a program, it's a major, it's a field of expertise that is growing broadly. I mean, as you look across the country, other colleges and universities, industry as a whole, where do you see sport management really taking off?
I see more and more colleges now are starting to realize, hey, there might be something to this thing, and they're starting to look at it a lot deeper. Leadership at WLC was on the forefront, to their credit, and I do give them a lot of credit. They saw the vision that, hey, this is a growing area, and they jumped in early enough where now we've got a pretty established program that's, again, seen tremendous growth, and I think other institutions are looking at, hey, maybe we should be looking into this. In the days of college institutions and students, their enrollment having declined or starting to decline, we're seeing just the opposite, and that's cool to see.
What are the careers? Just sports management. People may think that's kind of a broad heading. There's so much that you can file underneath that. What are some examples of positions that you've seen maybe some of your students already go on and do, or intern in, or just some of the connections they've made? What specifically?
That's a great question, Scott. I get asked that quite a bit, and you can get jobs in so many different areas. Community and rec programs. Every city has a rec department that offers different sports programs. You can get a job in preparing students for interscholastic or high school athletics. Whether as an AD, we've got a master's program now that offers a
stadium in Wauwatosa for youth football night. Tonight's matchup features visiting St. Norbert College Green Knights and your Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors.
Colleges are now
Fans, tonight's game program is already in the palm of your hand. Scan the QR code at the ticket entrance or visit WLCsports.com/programs on your mobile device to access rosters, live stats, and all you need for this game between the Warriors and Green Knights. That's WLCsports.com/programs.
Is
Raabe Stadium restrooms are located behind both the east and west side bleachers.
It's a good
The
problem
main
to have.
concession stand is located below the southwest corner of the west side bleachers. Make sure to stop by during tonight's game for a refreshing Pepsi, Chick-fil-A sandwich, Topper's Pizza, nachos, hot pretzel, and other menu items. Fans, hang on to your green ticket stub for tonight's game and a chance to win some great prizes at halftime. Be listening for the winning ticket numbers that will be drawn during our halftime. Tonight's game is being televised.
We celebrate the athletes, the buzzer beaters, the record breakers, the wins. Now, it's time to celebrate the people behind it all, the advice givers, the community shapers, the game changers, the life changers. It's time to celebrate our coaches. Join all of us at BSN Sports and show your coach some love by sharing their story with #ThankYouCoach.
Hey, grab me one too.
Here's your food.
Thank you.
Hey, your food's right here. Have a nice day.
Thanks, you too.
Food's here.
Food's here.
Finally. Best pizza in town.
Food's here. We're here. Quick Trip.
Pregame show continues down here at historic Raabe Stadium. Down on the field, Scott Warris and the 6th-year head coach of the Warriors, Eric Tresky, as the Warriors get ready for a matchup with the Green Knights of St. Norbert. Under the lights, second night game coach for your squad. Before we talk about the matchup, and it's a big one in the standings, certainly let's just talk about the fact you guys are coming off a bye week. Yep. Before that, first win of the season against Concordia Chicago. How did you and your staff go about treating the bye week with your guys? And then give us a little thumbnail on the week that was in preparation for these guys.
Yeah, you always hope to go into bye week off of a win, so that was an exciting way to go through it. Our biggest goal was to make sure that we're coming out healthy. Anything that we maybe thought we might want to install or work on, toward the end of camp, now that's a perfect time to work on those things. And then, I think the last thing is you get a little bit of a leg up. We've been able to prepare for St. Norbert now for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And so hopefully that pays off today. We're excited.
Well, as we said last time we were together, Coach, you guys were handling Concordia Chicago, but one of the storylines late in that game was an injury to your starting quarterback, Nate Griffith. What can you tell us about Nate, knowing that he had a bye week to try and get ready for this one, his condition for tonight, and where you guys go in that situation?
Yeah, unfortunately for Nate, he's not going to be able to compete tonight, which is disappointing. As a senior, he's done a nice job for us the last 2 weeks, and you hate to see him not be able to do what he loves to do. But the one thing I'll tell you about Nate is he's such a good leader. He's just as engaged, whether he was playing or not. He's offering suggestions. He's coaching up our other QBs. He's doing a great job. And so despite not being able to do what I know we all would like to see him do, he's still doing a great job.
Okay, so you turn back to your freshman quarterback, Quincy Reams, who was your starter for the first 2 games. How has he handled kind of this up and down rookie campaign? And what do you put in front of him here tonight?
Yeah, his goal has really just become, to become more consistent. The peaks of Quincy does some really good things, makes some good throws, especially when we see man or out of the pocket. He creates, he's athletic, he's tough. He does a lot of things that you can build upon, and now it's just helping him be more consistent in his mental pre-snap process. And that's common for a freshman, but he's done a great job for us this past week, and I'm excited to see him compete tonight.
Okay, defensively, right now you guys are coming off a ball game where you only allowed those 6 points. You're feasting on turnovers, 6 interceptions in your last 2 games. A little bit banged up here tonight. We'll get into that as the broadcast rolls on. But still, DC Steve Donovan and company doing the things he set out to do initially, especially of late, forcing the turnovers?
Yeah, did a great job. Was really impressed with our pass rush. I think our safeties have been the strength of that unit. You look at Connor, you look at Malik, you look at K-Mac. I mean, you can go down the list. Sam Elke, we have a great safety room. Those guys are able to flourish because our guys up front really did a great job last week. And so hoping to build upon that. St. Norbert's has got a good offensive line. They're going to try to establish the run, and it'll be a good test today.
We talk about this matchup with St. Norbert, and I realize Concordia, Wisconsin gets a lot of the oxygen in the room when you talk about the rivalry with Wisconsin Lutheran. But you look at SNC and you look at WLC in football, and really, Coach, I think in all sports, since they joined the conference about 4 or 5 years ago, there's a broader rivalry between athletic departments as a whole.
Yeah, there is for sure. I think you've seen our basketball teams go head-to-head quite a few times, heading into the postseason. I think our soccer teams as well. And we've had some close affairs with them. They're really, top to bottom in their athletic department. They do a great job. They've got a lot of tradition. They've got a well-known name in the state of Wisconsin. It's one of those benchmark-type schools that you want to be able to meet that standard. And we've been real close. Unfortunately for our seniors, they haven't yet been able to topple them, but that's the goal today.
Yeah. No, you talk about a motivating factor. That's maybe at or near the top of the list.
Yep.
I want to talk X factor with you, Coach, because both the Warriors and the Green Knights have been excellent playing disciplined ball. The two least penalized teams in the conference. How important is that, especially tonight, in trying to get a win?
Yeah, it's going to sound very cliche, but really it's about not giving the game away. I think you look at their success they had a couple weeks ago against Concordia Chicago. Concordia was able to stress them quite a few times, but they gave them too many opportunities. And St. Norbert's a well-coached team, disciplined team. They're going to take advantage of short fields, take advantage of turnovers, and obviously penalties. So we got to play our game. I think the temptation, especially this is one we've circled. We want this game, but you got to make sure that we're focusing on what's within our control, and that's to play the best Warrior game we can.
Yeah. All right, Coach, very good. Warriors and Green Knights here. We'll get it going in just a couple of moments. Coach, best of skill as always.
Thank you so much.
We'll continue more of our pregame programming from Raabe Stadium in just a moment.
The world is changing in powerful ways. You deserve an education that helps you meet the moment. Wisconsin Lutheran College. An academic and faith experience embedded in a close-knit community that activates your potential. Preparing you for life's critical moments so you can step into your unique purpose as a bold Christian leader. Take the first step at wlc.edu/purpose.
When it comes to electrical work for your home, don't settle for fine. You deserve the best with Best Electric. From replacing an outlet to large-scale renovations and everything in between, there's no job too big or too small. And Best Electric offers upfront estimates and financing options. We're a family business that's been taking care of your family for over 50 years. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
Getting ready for kickoff, actually getting ready for national anthem before kickoff here at Raabe Stadium. Second game for the Warriors. Under the lights. Got to go back 3 weeks ago. They lost, Wisconsin Lutheran lost here to Concordia, Wisconsin, 27-20. Oh, by the way, those Concordia Falcons are now 4-0 and in first place in the NAC. Getting ready for the St. Norbert Green Knights here this evening. And as we have talked about already, Dennis Miller, this is a school in St. Norbert that is a perfect 4-0 against Wisconsin Lutheran since they joined this league in 2021.
Yeah, they are, and this has been despite the fact that it's 4-0 and it looks like it's been a lopsided series, there have been some very close games. Last year was got a little bit out of hand, and I think everybody was surprised by that, but these have been very good games between two good programs, and I think it'll be another one tonight. And I know that we, as your interview with Coach Tresky said, they kind of mark this on the calendar as like, okay, this is another opportunity to see where we're going right now.
Tailgaters still doing their tailgating-like things. St. Norbert, and that's their fan section right there. They travel well. They're known for a pretty good tailgate pregame, and they're doing that right now and then filing here into Raabe Stadium. It's a chilly night, as we say, but no precipitation in the forecast, which is more than we can say for the last time that we were all bundled up here on a Saturday night. Okay, for the Warriors, Coach, they're 1-3. They're 1-1 in the NAC. Concordia Chicago was here last time out. Wisconsin Lutheran got the victory over them 28-6, and then last week it was the bye. As you see, St. Norbert work their way out of their locker room area. They, like the Warriors, are 1-3. They're 1-1. They lost last weekend to Concordia, Wisconsin. Their lone win was against Concordia Chicago. Warriors are going to be shorthanded. We talked about the fact that Nate Griffith will not be their starting quarterback. But I think now that we've learned Nathan Nevad and Sam Alke are both scratches, those are big blows to this defense. That, I think, is a bigger storyline when you look at personnel, even more than the quarterback situation out of the gates.
I would completely agree with you because, first of all, defense has been playing very, very good. And starting a couple of weeks ago, they began to get some turnovers. And, those two guys we talked about, Nevad, Elke, those were the guys that were getting half the turnovers. So losing them, we're going to have to really shore that up. But every time, it's always fun to watch because all of these guys are practicing hard every day, and they're looking for that opportunity to get into the game and show what they can do. And I'm quite confident that these backups are going to do a great job at trying to replace what those two guys gave us each week.
We'll take a look at the starting lineups in a little while, but it'll be Chris Korb that gets the started linebacker for Nevad, and Landon Bryant, then the true freshman cornerback, will slot up and take over for Sam Elke at that position. Warriors going with the green, the familiar uniforms of the green jersey tops and the white pants. St. Norbert in the solid white and the gold helmets. And there in the middle of it, you see Malik Gordon. He and Jamil will be our halftime guests. The twins, the Gordon guys from Texas, San Marcos, Texas, will be our halftime guests. Malik getting them fired up there in the huddle right there as the Green Knights take the field here at Raabe Stadium. It's been a good rivalry, as Dennis said. 4 prior meetings, 2 blowouts in favor of St. Norbert, and then 2 games that were decided by 1 score, including a 7-0 ball game, something you rarely see in college football anymore a few years ago.
Rarely see that. Usually it's more typical of a 41-40 type of score in college football today.
These football broadcasts would not be possible, could not be possible without our great sponsors who have joined us on My 24 this year, including our title sponsor, People's State Bank, our presenting sponsor, Legacy Insurance Group, Colin A. Mack Agent, Auto Owners Insurance, Best Electric Service, Dunn Sporting Goods, Sit Mean Sit Dog Training, Today's Dentistry, Clear Hits Radio, Enlighten Realty Group, the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, and by Sonesta Milwaukee West, Wauwatosa. Under the lights, it'll be the Warriors and Green Knights, and the kickoff is next. You're watching Warriors football on My 24.
My journey into real estate started with a simple desire to help others. At the Enlighten Realty Group, our team's more than just a collection of agents. It's a family of dedicated professionals, committed to making a meaningful impact on our clients. To us, this business is about changing lives. When we look back on our life, we won't smile on the money we made, but rather the lives we changed along the way. Give us a call or follow us on social media today. We look forward to talking with you.
Drive, discipline, passion, determination, focus, sacrifice, effort. The years on the football field have given me more than just wins. They've taught me values that are now at the heart of Legacy Insurance Group. At Legacy Insurance, dedication, hard work, and honor become real protection for families and businesses across Wisconsin. Legacy Insurance Group, driven to protect your future.
When you bank with People's State Bank, you're never alone when it comes to your finances. In fact, in a recent survey, customers said our bankers were helpful, flexible, and willing to work with their situation more than any other response. So if you're going it alone with your bank, we invite you to join our community and experience what it's like with People's State Bank on your side. Visit us at bankpeoples.com.
And from historic Raabe Stadium in Wauwatosa, we welcome you inside People's State Bank coverage of WLC Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group, alongside the Hall of Famer Dennis Miller. I am Scott Warris as we get set for Wisconsin Lutheran College and the St. Norbert College Green Knights. This wraps up a 3-game homestand for the Warriors when you factor in the bye week. They've been here at home for, well, the last 4 weeks in totality. As we await our coin toss here, our referee will be Dave Dejewski. And we get set for football with the captains heading out there for this one. We got Nate Griffith, number 6. And as you can see, he's walking a little gingerly out there after that back injury a couple of weeks ago, unable to go at quarterback. Number 10, Nathan Nevad. Layson Handwork and Drew Mears, the Warrior captains for this one. Dave Dejewski will tell us who wins the toss, and then we'll check in with Wayne Chevy, our sideline reporter, for the first time. But first, the coin is aloft. Sometimes the ref leaves his mic on for this portion of it. Sometimes they don't. Oh, here we go. I think he's going to tell everybody now.
Wisconsin Lutheran has won the toss and deferred into the second half. We're going to kick toward the scoreboard.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dejewski. Now we say hello to Mr. Chevy. Hi, Wayne.
Hi, Scott. Tonight is a big opportunity for Marshall Palmer, the senior out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. He's been a reserve for the first 3 years, and it looked like that was what it was going to be again this year. Well, tonight he's going to be at the center of attention, quite literally. He'll be starting at center. Kevin Trevino still injured. We've got Simeon Zarling moving back to his usual right tackle spot. And with the new quarterback, with Quincy back in at quarterback and Marshall, it should be interesting. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and they make it happen. We're ready for the kickoff. Here we go, guys.
We are. Yep, a lot of storylines to follow. Not sure how many NAC starting centers. There you see Palmer. Not sure how many starting centers around the conference today come in with 7 tackles and a sack. But the Warriors one does.
I bet he's the only one. I'm going to just throw that out there.
And so, as we heard, the Warriors have deferred to the second half. Our first kickoff, all kickoffs tonight, sponsored by Dunn's Sporting Goods, with the Warriors to kick off from north to south. McVeigh and Petzel are back for SNC. Green Knights 4-0, the all-time series lead. Warriors got blitzed here last year, 55-7.
And people are pouring into the stadium right now, which is nice to see.
Nice night for football. And a good rivalry.
Yeah, this will be a good one.
Devin Lair to kick. By the way, another storyline to follow, not in this moment, but 2 best punters in the conference on display here tonight.
Yep, and they will factor into this game.
End over end kick, and it's going to bound inside the 5, check up, and burrow its way into the end zone. McVeigh allowed it to get into the end zone. And so, St. Norbert, the Green Knights, who come in averaging 28.5 points per game. You see the Green Knights offense, Michael Meneguzzo, the starting quarterback. He's a senior from Iron Mountain, Michigan. Will Darden is the tailback. They lost a lot from last year's offensive weaponry. Peyton Lyon is now playing at FCS level. Of course, Mitch Van Vuren, one of the top weapons that their program has ever seen. Got a cup of coffee with the Seahawks and the Browns. So it's a bit of a transition from the 25-yard line. And the first play of this game is Will Darden. And he's ridden down for next to no gain. And for the Warriors, it'll be Nathan Prawley who gets the first hit for the defense. People's State Bank brings us the starting lineups as always.
That wasn't really even a clean handoff on that particular one. Kind of a high snap, and they kind of rushed that handoff.
Again, no Nevad, out with an injury. No Elke, the same thing. So Bryant and Korb are the starters in their place. And another carry for Darden and a minimal gain out near the 27-yard line. The St. Norbert rushing attack this year is averaging 113 yards a game on the ground. That's second from the bottom in the NAC.
That was a nice tackle by Korb right away to get himself right into the game.
So it's 3rd down and 8 for St. Norbert, converting on only 24% of their third downs this season. And Meneguzzo steps up, now sprinting, throwing, and coming back and making the catch, breaking a tackle. It's Roberts, a first down for Neville Roberts, the true freshman out of Henderson, Nevada. Roberts is starting because Joey Weber, their starting tight end, did not travel for this ball game. It's a best electric service first down for the Green Knights.
And that was really a nice effort. The quarterback evading the first guy coming at him, and then Neville making the nice catch and getting the first down.
Picturesque setting here at Raabe Stadium with the sun peeking out as it sets behind our press box. And the first negative play of the ball game. Anthony Hill Jr. ripping down Will Darden.
Really a nice, man, I tell you what, if you can force him to lose 5 yards on a first down play, changes all the subsequent calls.
It was actually, Anthony Hill Jr., number 57. He's a freshman from Georgia. He's got a sack in the opener, remember. So it was a loss of 5, 2nd down and 15 for Meneguzzo and company. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left. Warriors with a 3-man front.
Showing blitz.
Nobody jumped, no flags. Meneguzzo breaks a tackle and then darts up near the 40-yard line. I think Chris Korb was the first one in there.
Yep, he was dancing around, and then he finally made it on a nice little blitz.
You know, of note, we watched number 8, Chris Korb. He doesn't need the club on his left hand anymore. Remember, he was playing with that hand injury. He's got the working freedom of 2 hands. 3rd down and 10. 3 minutes into this ball game, opening series for SNC.
Bunch formation out here on the bottom of the screen.
Meneguzzo to throw, and it's Darden out of the backfield, and he is undercut and taken down. Namutenda on the hit. He undercut Darden before he could get momentum.
Really a nice play. Really came up well, hit him low, completely knocked him off his feet. That was a nice play.
It all started, as you see the undercut there, with that negative play. Set him behind the sticks. Okay, well, we mentioned the punting battle in this one. Mason LeVake, a first-team All-NAC honoree last year at punter. Of course, the Warriors have the best punter in the league, one of the best in America, in Drew Mears.
And Connor Martin back, and he's done just a phenomenal wow, there's a great punt.
Took the words out of your mouth. Wow. Living up to the billing.
Yeah, he sure did.
All right, LeVake, as advertised.
That had distance and beauty to it. That was a nice punt.
You know, it's a good punt when it stops you in your tracks.
Right.
Complimenting Connor Martin, and it's such a good punt, you stop in the middle of the sentence. Okay, Warrior offense averaging 20.3 points per game.
All right. Quincy Reams is back at quarterback. It'll be really fun to watch his progression from game 1 and 2 to now.
People's State Bank starting lineup. Reams, who started games 1 and 2, and now with the injured Griffith, he's the starter again. And Reams steps up in pressure, and then he's swarmed under for a loss back to the 6-yard line. Lost 3 on the play. For those fans who maybe didn't see Quincy Reams early on this year, Dennis, what can he bring? What is his arsenal here as still a young man as we take a look at the People's State Bank Green Knights starting defense?
You know, one of his great strengths is his evasiveness in the backfield. He's going to make people miss, and I think when he's getting pressure, he's going to be able to get to the outside.
So Warriors behind the sticks. First carry of the night for Liam Hygis. Gets back to the 10-yard line to bring up a 3rd down and long.
On that first play, the pass play, there really was no one open, so Quincy Reams did a nice job, you know, taking the ball, not taking a deeper sack, and at least bringing it near the line of scrimmage.
Warriors converting 38% of their 3rd downs this season. That's 4th in the 9-team conference. 3rd down and 9, 5 minutes deep, opening drive for Wisconsin Lutheran. Reams scanning, has time, he'll step up, he'll run, lower a shoulder, and get up near the 1st down. He may have it. And initial indications show that they're going to move the sticks.
And that's kind of what we were talking about. When he doesn't like what he sees downfield, and as a young quarterback, more often than not, he's not going to like what he sees sometimes, and he's just going to take off.
Best electric service 1st down for Quincy Reams and the Warriors trying to work out from beneath the shadow of their own goalpost. And you imagine, Coach, that for somebody like Reams, just some early positivity, some early solid plays just to build.
Absolutely.
Build
and this is their little tight formation that we were talking about earlier in the week.
Hitting Hygis, and good job by the Green Knights to snuff that thing out.
Yeah, they did a nice job. We brought the receivers in tight, hoping to bring the defenders in tight, and then get a one-on-one relationship with Liam Hygis out on the outside. But St. Norbert's did a nice job on that. And here's another formation, a bunch formation to the bottom of the screen.
3 wide receivers to the bottom. Gordon, Amack, and Jakota Hayes. They throw to the far side, and it's short hops, his intended target on that play.
You know, you watch his throwing motion here, and he really rushed that one. You know, and I know he's concerned about the rush and so on, but that's what threw it into the ground for him.
Drew Mears was the intended target. Eric Tresky, 6th-year head coach, also the offensive play caller for the Warriors. 3rd and 9. Reams picked up a 1st down with his feet on an earlier 3rd and 9. Hygis going nowhere. Loss of 5, maybe 6 back to the 15 as the St. Norbert defense rallying to the ball. Bo Allison, the strong safety from Edgerton, Wisconsin, on the tackle.
With St. Norbert's playing the zone like they're playing there, they're going to have the opportunity to really jump that route when they see it.
Well, now it's Drew Mears' turn. He is the 6th best punter in the nation. Nabong to field it.
That could have been a turnover. I think it hit St. Norbert's player. Unfortunately for them, they were able to recover it.
Take another look here. This is Nabong. It checked up, and then it looked like it may have hit the left hand of number 10, Matt Beekle. And Nabong lucky to fall on it.
So with the exchange of punts, St. Norbert's now has gained a little field position.
Drew Mears, by the way, averaging 43.5 yards per punt. Tops in the league, 6th in the nation. 1st and 10, second possession for the Green Knights. Meneguza to throw. Out of the backfield. And a nice play.
Really a nice play. They had the outside or the slot receiver come inside and seal off the inside, allowing number 5 to just have a nice little one-on-one with the defensive back.
Bailey Tureen, he's their leading wide receiver, 17 catches, a couple of touchdowns, 200-plus yards so far this year. He's their top weapon there. Warriors show blitz off the edge. Penalty flag comes in. Meneguza throws near side. He's got an open man. That's Jacob McVeigh down the sidelines, bumped out of bounds inside the 5.
I think we were offside on the top of the screen.
Kaysen McFadden knocked him out, saved a touchdown, but as we say, there is laundry. Dave Dejewski.
Offside. Number 8 of the defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
And so the Green Knights are in the red zone on a nice play here to McVeigh out of the backfield.
Yeah, he kind of got lost coming out of the backfield. I don't think the defenders saw him and kind of lost all by himself out in the flat.
Every visit to the red zone is sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent representing auto owners insurance. And now it's first and goal from the 2 for the Green Knights, and Meneguza puts it into the belly of, was that McVeigh on the carry? Yeah. So he catches that one on the prior snap, takes it inside the 5 on the big play, and then they say, you know what, we'll let you finish it off, and the running back does from 2 yards out.
And you could see on that particular play that Norbert's got a nice push on that play. Got us into the goal line.
Tyler Jurgensen on the PAT. Sit mean, sit dog training sponsors all touchdowns. 7-0. St. Norbert over the Warriors with 6:50 to play here in this opening quarter. Both teams exchanging punts on their opening drive. Second drive for SNC, capped off by this Jacob McVeigh 2-yard touchdown run. They only needed 3 plays to go 52 yards, and it took them just under 60 seconds.
Yeah, that play to McVeigh out into the flats where, again, I believe he kind of got lost by the defense on kind of swinging out of the backfield. Certainly gave him the impetus to get down, make this a short field for him.
That play out of the backfield, Dennis, I know you weren't here 2 weeks ago for CUC, very reminiscent of the Tywin McKinney play that the Warriors had. In fact, it was almost on that same yard line, same end of the field, where they hit Tywin out of the backfield. He took it 63 yards to the house, but this time the Warriors see it go against them.
And it's so common for that to happen. If they're not a team that does that a lot, it's so easy to lose that running back coming out of the backfield.
Another Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff coming here from St. Norbert. Green Knights have struck first. Brandon Schaefer on the kickoff here with Carson Kohler just inside his 10. From the 8 to the 25, and with a penalty flag, he's taken under at the 30. And it's a 22-yard return for Carson Kohler, who's been one of the most effective return men that we have seen.
He really does a nice job at going.
Holding. 32 of the return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. First down.
North Solace.
Yep, sorry. Carson Kohler does a nice job at getting to the alley that they're trying to create. He doesn't waste any steps getting there.
So now Eric Kresge and company. First and 10 from the 19-yard line for the Warriors. Punted on their first possession. Hygis, short gain to the 20. St. Norbert's rush defense, 160 allowed per game. That's one of the lower marks in the league. They haven't been spectacular there by any stretch of the imagination.
Which you would assume with our strength being we're such a very good running team that this is a good matchup relative to that.
Maybe if you're the Green Knights coming in, planning to stop the run, let's see if Warriors can beat us through the air with Reams at quarterback. And he'll pull it back this time, and Reams has time over the middle. He's got his man. That's Gordon. Breaks a tackle at the 30. And Jameel Gordon out near midfield. That'll go a long way, you'd imagine, in helping the confidence of Quincy Reams. Sean Gillis on the tackle. as it goes for better than 25 yards.
Quincy Reams showed such great patience on this throw, waiting for Jamil to open up on that route.
Best Electric Service sponsors the Warriors' first down to the 49-yard line. A 29-yard hookup between Quincy Reams and Jamil Gordon. The freshman quarterback and the senior wide receiver, now 1st and 10, and a shovel to Hygis. And Hygis strung out. Looked like for a moment he wanted to cut it. Elected to stretch it out. St. Norbert, impressive so far, neutralizing Liam Hygis in the run game.
It really is, and that was their tight formation again. And St. Norbert's just did a nice job of not letting anything get outside of them.
Loss of 1 back to the 48-yard line. 2nd down and 11. Under 5 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Warriors and St. Norbert, a couple of 1-1 teams in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. This is a big one in the standings, and this is Carson Kohler hopscotching his way into Green Knights territory. He'll take it to the SNC 46.
That's just a great description of it, too. My granddaughter last week showed me how to do hopscotch for the first time, and that's exactly what it looked like, doing a hopscotch through the line of scrimmage.
Do we have footage of that?
I hope not.
Peyton Ponteris, the senior out of Hawaii, made the tackle. From Hawaii to Ashwaubenon.
Yeah, wow.
That's a journey. 3rd down and 5 for the Warriors. Under 4 to go in the quarter. And Reams stepping out of 1 sack attempt. Oh, look at the rookie run. He got out of 2 tackles. He's got a first down. Oh, he's quick. He's slippery, Dennis. He's slippery.
He is, and you don't coach that. That's just a young man who has a feel, knows where people are.
Look at the feet.
Yeah.
Watch the feet.
And he's holding the ball nicely. It's not a turnover-prone type of a play.
Best Electric Service scamper for a first down for the Warriors. Quincy Reams has had a couple of big 3rd down conversions with his feet. This is Carson Kohler again. And he'll take it inside the 30, down near the 28. Solid gain of 5 on first down. And it's going to be the cornerback Gonzalez on the hit.
And this we haven't seen very much from the Warriors this year, is pulling the 2 backside offensive linemen on that.
7-0. And 3 minutes to go in the quarter. And again, the Warriors get to that line. We should mention Marshall Palmer. We haven't said his name in the center department.
Which is good. We don't want to say his name.
Nope. Doing a good job there. Carson Kohler again. Rarely goes down when the first man meets him. To the 25-yard line, he got 4. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 2.
Carson looks so smooth tonight. A lot of energy right now from him.
3rd down and 2. Warriors are 3 out of 4 on 3rd downs here in this opening quarter. Kohler stays in. He's number 20. And Quincy Reams, the freshman quarterback. Amack, the tight end, goes in motion. Straight ahead for Kohler. Lowers his shoulder and gets very close to the sticks.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not moving that for a first down, actually.
Just short. It's going to be 4th down. SNC shuffling defensive bodies out of there. Coda Miller saved a first down for St. Norbert. Now for the Warriors, Keith Johnson, the tight end, checks on. Some big bodies here on 4th and short. Warriors this season on 4th down, 38%. Big opportunity early. It's Tywin McKinney. Second effort is money for McKinney to the 20-yard line. May have been actually the 3rd effort that got him the first down.
What a hard run. He actually could have been a 2-yard loss right there.
There, and then there.
Yeah, that's great.
First time they've called his name. First snap for McKinney. Bo Allison on the tackle. Warriors are in the red zone, sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent representing Auto Owners Insurance. with under a minute to go in this opening quarter. Warriors trying to answer the Green Knights. Touchdown. Reams is going to tuck it himself. He's going to get hammered. A trio of Green Knights take him down at around the 16-yard line. He got a hard 4, and he gets up, wipes his eyes. Maybe got some grass, or I should say maybe some of the pellets in his eyes from the turf.
You know, I couldn't tell if that was an RPO where he was just looking and the number one receiver was covered, or if it was designed run all the way. But either way, it was a nice first down.
Could be the final play of the quarter. And Carson Kohler, who has had a heck of a quarter, is trying to break out of an ankle tackle. He did it, and he did it again.
Wow.
And he's got a first down, and the Warriors, Carson Kohler, having the best quarter of his season right now. And that's the final play of the opening 15 minutes. St. Norbert Green Knights, a 7-0 lead, but the Warriors, thanks to Carson Kohler, will have a first down and goal to go. Hard yards for the sophomore from Saginaw, Michigan. You're watching People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
At People's State Bank, we think checking accounts are like SUVs, driving your day-to-day finances wherever life takes you. That's why we offer more features to fuel your lifestyle, like mobile wallet and an app for when you're on the go, and debit card security to protect you from hazards like fraud. If you like horsepower, our Super Saver and interest-bearing checking accounts add an extra boost. The best part? You can open an account without leaving your driveway. Just visit bankpeoples.com today.
I've been playing this game since I was 6 years old. I'm grateful for every coach, teammate, and supporter who invested in me. From the first snap to now my final season in college, football taught me how to work hard, serve others, and the importance of protecting what matters. These lessons don't end on the field. They're the foundation of how I serve my clients today. As your trusted independent insurance advisor, I'm committed to providing great coverage, fair pricing, and service you can count on.
Warriors, first and goal from the 6-yard line. This is Liam Hygis, and he'll burrow inside the 5 alongside Dennis Miller and our sideline reporter Wayne Chevy. I'm Scott Warris. St. Norbert getting a touchdown from Jacob McVeigh from 2 yards out after a quick 3-play drive. Warriors, this is their second possession of this opening half, and they're trying to answer themselves.
It's been just a great drive for them so far. Carson Kohler has done a wonderful job. Ty Wynn has done just a great job, and Liam had a really nice run right there. So it's kind of that three-headed monster.
Right now it's Hygis with Gordon in motion. Liam Hygis straight ahead to the goal line for the touchdown.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. Last year, and again, last year, but they just started going, and we didn't get anything responsive until very late in the game.
Sit Mean Sit Dog Training sponsors every touchdown. 7th score of the season for Liam Hygis, all on the ground. And now for the Warriors, it'll be Devin Lair to attempt the PAT. Try and tie this thing at 7. The kick is away, and it is good. And we are knotted up at 7 apiece.
Wow, the holder just did a great job on that. Jesse Kelly, just a great job fielding that. That was a high snap.
There was a hole up the middle as you see the Hygis run. That found him the green space. And talk about an answer, Dennis. 13 plays, 81 yards. That is their longest scoring drive in terms of plays. 13, taking almost 7.5 minutes.
What a great response to the St. Norbert score to start the football game.
Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff coming from Devin Lair.
You also got a chance to see some of the athleticism of Quincy Reams on that drive with a couple of really crucial scrambles.
Yeah, last year, St. Norbert put 55 points on the board before the Warriors put anything up on their side of the ledger. Warriors have struggled scoring in the opening quarter. This one comes in the first minute of the second quarter.
Yep.
Petzel from the 5. 15, 25, 35, and leveled out at the 40. Oh, my. A heck of a hit that time by the Warriors. Noah Salas, that's the second time that the Arizona native has made a big tackle in the special teams. Let's go down to the field and check in with Wayne Chevy.
Carson Kohler, obviously instrumental in that last drive, was out for the first game. It's a great combination, right? Just really that plowing runner. You saw Kohler's feet out there picking up a few first downs. Tywin McKinney had that big fourth down pickup. However, he's in the tent right now. They're checking out his hip.
That's certainly something to watch. Yeah, Kohler, 26 yards on the ground for the Warriors offense as St. Norbert's offense starts this drive with a run. And again, that is Jacob McVeigh. He has their touchdown from 2 yards out earlier in the first quarter. Amaya for the Warriors got a hit.
Nice tackle by Noah Ross on that.
Second down and 10 for St. Norbert. Menegunis is 4 for 4 in the passing department so far. The senior from Iron Mountain. And he throws, and it's nearly picked off. That was in and out of the hands of Landon Bryant. Bryant, remember, is starting for Sam Elke, who has 2 interceptions of his own.
But despite the fact that it wasn't an interception, Landon Bryant is right where he needs to be. Good reaction to the ball. Good reaction to the ball.
Third down and 10. St. Norbert 1 out of 2 on their third down so far tonight. Tresky said Landon Bryant has some of those same sensibilities and instincts of Sam Elke. We almost saw it pay off right there.
Yep.
Third down and 10. And Meneguzzo, I beg your pardon, goes down. It's a sack. Chris Korb.
Coach Donovan is doing a really great job at selective blitzes right here. And he's shown that about 4 times already today.
Handwork and Korb, they each might get a half a sack when they register the final statistics there, but impressive nevertheless. Warriors get the sack, and they force the punt on a 3-and-out.
And especially after they started their possession on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that great return coming from Zach Petzel, and they did nothing with it. In fact, they lost a couple of yards. And now McVeigh, who is going to send this tight spiral into the arms of Martin, who makes the fair catch at the 20-yard line. 7-7 is our score. Whether business or pleasure brings you to the Milwaukee area, Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa offers an experience for all. Just minutes from the interstate, a quick drive from downtown, and provides an abundance of complimentary parking. Tasteful guest rooms provide a home away from home. Over 6,000 square feet of meeting space are ready to be transformed for your unique gathering. Staying at Sonesta means a short jaunt to AmFam Field, Milwaukee County Zoo, even historic Raabe Stadium. Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa, the home of the Warriors' annual Hall of Fame ceremony. So now Wisconsin Lutheran a chance to lead here. Had a nice long drive of 81 yards that paid off in a touchdown last time they had it. Liam Hygis gets the call and the carry here to start this drive. 80 yards away from Pater.
That was the first snap that looked a little high out of Palmer tonight, but so far he's up to the challenge.
Hygis with 13 yards. Carson Kohler has 26. Reams has 23 yards on the ground. Warriors have rushed for 69 yards in this ballgame. And now Amac goes in motion to the top of your screen. Reams pulls it back, and Quincy is going to squirt out of there. And he's got some room to run to the 35 and a first down. He got 12 yards. Leveled by Sean Gillis there towards the end, but that is the third first down run for Quincy Reams tonight.
Yeah, he's really doing a nice job with his feet. Now looking at the end of the run, man, he has got to get himself down, though. He can't take those shots play after play.
Best electric service, first down run for the true freshman from Dallas, Texas. And the Warriors with a first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Hygis again hit in the backfield and ripped down.
Hygis has had not a lot of room to run yet tonight. Now, it's early and we know what he's capable of, but they've done a nice job at bottling him up at the line of scrimmage.
Nick Young, the defensive lineman, was the first one there. Big number 92.
Yeah, he's a hoss.
Second down and 11.
280-pound dude up there.
They stack Amack and Gordon to the near side, setting up a little wide receiver screen that goes nowhere. Jamil Gordon caught it and was immediately ripped down on the play by Alex Carter.
Yeah, there was no one to block him. Amack blocked his man, but there was no one to block him.
Loss of another yard, third down and long. 2 for 4 for the Warriors in third down situations. Both of those conversions coming on Quincy Reams' runs. Empty the backfield, and Reams is pressured. He gets the edge. He's got the 40, near the 45. Let's see where he stepped out. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds at the 45-yard line. He got the first down again, Dennis. He just did get it.
Looks like they're moving the sticks. You can see the speed that Quincy Reams has. I don't know what his 40 time is, but he is running with good quickness.
Best electric service first down. Fourth first down that Reams has picked up with his feet in this first half. This is as good as he has looked.
For sure.
At any point this year. That time he's negated. Quickly busting through was Nate Lee, the senior linebacker out of Neenah, making sure that Reams could not get anything going.
And that was a design play with the fake toss to the right, hoping to get the linebacker to slide a little bit and find a seam for Quincy Reams, but nothing going on that one.
So second and long, second down and 12. Hygis bouncing it to the edge, trying to get the corner. Penalty flag comes in. Looks like this is against Wisconsin Lutheran.
Yeah, looks like a hold. Maybe number 73.
Warriors have only been penalized once.
Holding, 73 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down.
That is the veteran Nash. Well, he's just a sophomore. Feels like a veteran, though, because a season ago he was a second-team all-conference pick as a freshman at left tackle.
He's another big man, 6'6", 301 pound.
Well, Kohler has checked back into the lineup. 5 carries for 26 yards. They, with Reams, have 3 guys that have carried it at least 5 times. Second down and very long, and now third down and very long.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot going on that one. He was doing a comeback, a deep comeback on the sideline, and Reams just kind of underthrew him on that.
Third down and 22. This is the longest third down the Warriors have faced here in this game so far.
Yeah, you don't have a real big call sheet on 3rd and 22.
If Reams picks up a first down here with his legs, then I just give him the Freshman of the Year award right now.
Absolutely. Player of the game, all of it.
All the stuff. Toss, Kohler. Does what he can to get to the 38 and a gain of 5. That's okay. Again, Drew Mears will come on to punt.
You know, this is the type of game where it appears at this juncture, at least, that 2 evenly matched teams, that the punters really will play a pivotal role in what's going on in this game.
Beagle and Nabong are back for SNC. Mears averaging 43.5 so far. And the officials come in. I think a timeout was called from the St. Norbert sidelines, I think. So with 8:03 to go in the half, and a game tied at 7. One of our good sponsors this year has been Dunn Sporting Goods. They're the leader in creating custom apparel in the Milwaukee area since 1982. Creating T-shirts, team apparel, spirit wear, and more by screen printing, sublimation embroidery, and other innovative ways. It's a small family business that loves to create strong relationships with their customers that keep them coming back year after year. And with in-house screen printing and embroidery, they're able to keep prices low and turnarounds quick. Dunn Sporting Goods in West Allis, 43 years of creating outstanding apparel. So now we'll await the punt from Drew.
That was probably good they called a timeout because that was not one of Drew's best punts. He might have just been warming his leg up there a little bit.
Misspoke a moment ago. He's got one punt, 41 yards that time. And this is away. Tight spiral. And it'll be taken at the 28-yard line. Biko on the reception for St. Norbert. Boy, you're right. In a battle like this, the punting looms large. Who can flip the field more on the other guys might be a deciding factor in this ball game.
Yep. And again, we're up in the press box, so can't tell for sure, but the wind early in the game was pretty strong out of the north, but it may have gone down a little bit. The flag is still moving, though.
Very little, though.
Yeah.
Not as much at kickoff, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Michael Menegusa and company. And he'll take the snap. Menegusa throws on the run, coming back. Tureen with a nice fingertip catch. Short gain on first down. Bryant on in coverage for Wisconsin Lutheran.
Yeah. Nice play, but a nice defensive coverage on that as well. That was kind of a harmless 4-yard completion to the outside.
Tureen, the senior from Merrill, Wisconsin. Second catch of this half for Tureen. Picked up 4 on the play. High snap. Brought it down. Gave it to McVane. And with a little push at the end, McVane's going to pick up the first down. He got about 6.5, close to 7. Handwork on the tackle for the Warriors.
That was really a tough run by McVane. He did a nice job here. Probably should have been stopped 2-3 yards earlier.
Took about 3.5 Warriors to tackle McVane. Best electric service first down for St. Norbert. Again, if you join us late for the Warriors, Sam Elke and Nathan Nevad, 2 of their best defensive players. The cornerback or safety and linebacker respectively unavailable to go tonight due to injury. From the 39. Oh, all kinds of time. Menegusa is going to keep it and pick up a first down with his legs. Boy, there was, to the credit of the Warriors on the back end, nothing doing because he had time to find something doing and eventually took off and ran for about 12.
Yeah, I think if he would have had a chance to look to his left, the crosser was coming free up on the top left side of the screen, but eventually the pressure got to him. But that was, again, a good scramble by the quarterback.
Another best electric service first down for St. Norbert. Now at the Wisconsin Lutheran side of the field, their 49-yard line. And Menegusa dropped the ball, and his toss is still caught. And spinning out of the tackle, it's a first down for SNC. Heck of a play made that time by Hunter Thiel. Junior wide receiver, able to make that catch. First time we've called 88's name and number tonight.
I think Vinton Martin had a chance to bring him down there, but was kind of halfway going for the ball and the tackle at the same time.
So St. Norbert on the move here, approaching 5 minutes to go in the half. McVane picks up solid 5 on first down.
Yeah, they got a nice little drive going right here. And what they've done well on this drive is they've mixed up both the run and the pass. Started with a little play-action pass to start the drive, and they've done a nice job at mixing them both in.
Even on the scoreboard, even in a lot of the stats, except the rushing yards, Warriors have been better in that department so far here tonight. Second down and 6 with under 5 to go before halftime, and Menegusa looking deep and overthrowing his intended target. That's Nick White, the freshman out of Chicago. He had gotten separation from 3 green-clad defenders, but still the ball was overthrown.
And again, defensively, we sent a couple of guys that I think got him off his mark a little bit, and that may have helped the errant throw.
4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 3rd down and 6, and Meneguza looking to throw again, and again with time. He's scampering all over the place. Now tries to pick it up with his feet. Very close to the first down marker. Depends on the spot, I think. And it's going to be 4th down. He's stopped a half a yard shy. Nathan Prolly stops him short of the sticks, just barely.
So far, it's been kind of a game of quarterbacks making plays, both quarterbacks.
Nobody converts on 4th down more often this year in this league than St. Norbert. 4th and short, straight ahead, 1st down. McVeigh takes it inside the 25. Best Electric Service sponsors every 1st down. This one, courtesy of the sophomore from Green Bay.
Yeah, that was real big boy football right there. They had double tight ends, everybody close to the line of scrimmage, and just nothing but plowing straight ahead for a yard.
St. Norbert at the 22 of the Warriors, trying to break this deadlock in the final few minutes of the half. Looks like the Warriors may have jumped but got back. And now Meneguza is ripped down and sacked. Taken down on the play by Noah Ross, the linebacker.
Really a nice play. Noah's having a nice game. We've called his name a couple of times so far. Noah Ross is playing very well tonight.
Ross, Handwork, Korb, and Pereira, the starting linebackers in this one. And Ross able to rip him down and get the sack. First sack of the season for the sophomore from Minnesota. 2nd down and 15. Meneguza tossed near side, coming back, going down to his knees. It's a completed catch to Tureen. Nice play.
Meneguza's got a unique throwing motion. He literally puts everything he's got behind it. Yeah, it's a low trajectory type throwing motion.
Really puts his body into it.
Yeah, he really does.
Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent representing Auto Owners Insurance. Red zone appearance. 3rd down and 6. SNC at the 18-yard line. Meneguza looking left, now scanning. Still scanning. Boy, he's had time on this drive. Looking and incomplete. Tureen was in the vicinity. McFadden stepped in front, and St. Norbert will bring out the kicking team for a field goal.
And watching their extra point, they look like they have a very fluid kicking game. Their kicker, I was watching him pregame. He was hitting him comfortably from 40 yards.
This is Tyler Jurgensen. He's 2 for 2 this season. His long is 41. This is a 34-yarder. And it is up, and it sneaks through, and Jurgensen stays perfect. Technically a 35-yarder, I suppose, when it's all said and done. In the end, it's 3 more points for St. Norbert, and it's 10-7 Green Knights.
And with 2 minutes left in the game, plus the 2-minute timeout, we have plenty of time to get down the field and get ourselves a score before halftime.
Well, we mentioned the Warriors' touchdown drive, 13 plays. That one, 12 plays, taking just over 5 minutes off the clock for St. Norbert. On that replay, too, the Warriors got a piece of it. It was deflected. That explains the low trajectory.
Right. Yeah.
But enough to get it across when it was all said and done.
It'd be important if Kohler can get a nice return here to give us a little shorter field to work with as we round out these 2 minutes and a half.
Warriors, all 3 timeouts, the 2-minute timeout. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff coming here. from Brandon Schaefer. So they've got a guy doing the kickoffs, a guy doing the punting, and then somebody else, a third guy, handles the field goal attempts as Carson Kohler is sent back to his 4. And now Kohler goes to work. Out across the 15. About a 13, 14-yard return for Carson Kohler. We have hit the 2-minute timeout. And it's sponsored by Today's Dentistry. St. Norbert 10, Wisconsin Lutheran 7. You're watching People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
All right, Tim, I got all your policies here.
Okay, nice. But what if...
Covered.
Nice. But what if...
All set.
But what if...
Tim, I customized your insurance so you wouldn't have to ask what if. It's simple human sense.
Nice.
Ask Insurance Producers Network in southeastern Wisconsin if auto owners make sense for you.
The electrical system in your home may not be keeping up. If things aren't working like they're supposed to, don't wait until it's a catastrophe.
That's it.
We're calling Best Electric.
Best Electric can handle any residential job, big or small. All estimates are up front and even include financing options. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
Along with Dennis Miller and Wayne Chevy, I am Scott Warris. Warriors now down by 3. It's been a good game here in this first half in this battle of 1-1 NAC teams. Jamil Gordon out across the 20. Speaking of Jamil Gordon, he and his twin brother Malik will be our halftime Spotlight senior interview guests.
We're moving quickly here, getting the play in quickly from Coach Tresky on the sideline.
Just in the backfield. Sorry, Coach.
Nope.
90 seconds to go. Reams, all kinds of time. Now he steps up, and he's taken down. If he makes that decision a little sooner, he might have a big-time run. And now whistle. I think we took a timeout here.
I think Coach Tresky got a timeout on the sideline.
Allison on the tackle. That play right there, Coach, and we'll have another look. The offensive line, one of their best snaps, as it were, in terms of allowing Quincy Reams time to do something.
Not only time, but distance. He had those guys were 4 or 5 yards from him, so he wasn't feeling the pressure at all. Nothing much opened up downfield. At one point, I thought Colin Amack out on the top of the screen may have been available for the ball, but it eventually broke down.
St. Norbert got on the board first in the first quarter. A quick 3-play, 52-yard drive that ended in a Jacob McVeigh 2-yard touchdown run. Warriors would respond with a long 81-yard drive, their longest drive of the season, covering 13 plays to tie it at 7. Liam Hygis punched it in, his 7th touchdown of the year. And then on the last drive, St. Norbert, 10-7 on the Jurgensen 35-yard field goal, and that's where we stand with 83 seconds to go in the half. Warriors again actually have 3 timeouts. That last timeout was taken by the Green Knights. Drew Mears, his first catch of the ball game, and he gets out of bounds, and it's just shy of the first down.
That's too bad, because this is one of those situations you can't really risk it. You need to punt the ball away.
If he runs that, 4 feet further.
4 feet further, we
you
got
pick up an extra yard.
Yeah, and I know they practice that every day in practice.
Well, Mears has got to forget about that now because he's got to handle the punting duties here. But St. Norbert, again, burning that timeout a couple of moments ago. Giving their offense an opportunity here and making the catch on the run and being ripped down on the run.
Nice coverage on that. made about a yard after the catch on it. So that was good coverage. 55 yards to go with 1:10.
Christian Nabong on the hit. .70 seconds to go. St. Norbert, after burning that defensive timeout a few moments ago, down to 1. So 70 seconds, 1 timeout, and a really good field goal kicker in Jurgensen. They're looking for points into the locker room. Meneguza stepping up, throwing on the run, and he overshot Hunter Thiel. And then Meneguza, a little slow to get up.
Looks like it, speculating here, but it looks like it could be a personal foul as late as the flag was thrown.
These are the 2 least penalized teams in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, and it has held up. The only 2 penalties of this first half have been against the Warriors, and this could be their 3rd. Dave Dejewski is our referee.
Roughing the passer, 92 of the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, that's a rough penalty right here at this juncture.
He said 92. We don't have a 92.
And I didn't see the penalty, so.
Oh, we do. It's Dane Metzger. You know why I didn't have it on mine? It's because Dane has rejoined the roster. Metzger, who did not start the season with the Warriors, and joined the Warriors 2 weeks ago for the CUC game. So anyway, Metzger is the 92 and gets the penalty, and it's 1st and 10 from the 39, and a bobble is going to negate that catch. Again, looking the way of Hunter Thiel.
We're kind of playing a 4-cover shell in the back, hoping that we can keep everything in front of us.
58 seconds to go in the second quarter. 10-7 St. Norbert. And Meneguza hit as he threw. There was traffic in his face. Lace and handwork was coming hard up the gut, and he threw it at the feet of his intended target. That stops the clock with 54 seconds.
That was very well done. He had pressure on him and forced him to throw way earlier than he wanted to.
Warriors have been good defending on 3rd down so far. 1 out of 5 for the Green Knights on 3rd down. It's 3rd down and 10, and this is a big play here.
Yeah, it is.
With 54 seconds to go in the half. Meneguza blitzed, throws, dropped. Incomplete.
And what was nice about that is you can tell that Coach Donovan had that schemed up with their little screen that they're trying to run there. As soon as that motion happened, everybody in the place knew what was going on. You can see a whole bunch of guys running to that receiver.
Nabong, the freshman, dropped it. Malik Gordon was the Warrior that came with the hit as the ball fell to the turf, and the Warrior defense rises up, and that is a big stop on 3rd down and 10. And St. Norbert now 1 out of 6 on 3rd downs. LeVake with Martin back, booms it through the south end zone here at historic Raabe Stadium. So 43 seconds left. Warriors have all 3 timeouts, remember?
Yeah.
And a situation like this, Dennis, and we'll see if we're proven wrong, but sometimes it's what do we get on 1st down that dictates what might else happen.
I was going to say the same thing. If we have good success on 1st down, all of a sudden you're going to see a hurry-up offense, knowing that we have 3 timeouts. And honestly, 43 seconds and 3 timeouts is a lot of football left.
Well, they spread them out here, that's for sure. You've got Drew Mears to the left, 3 targets to the right. Now they empty the backfield with Hygis and Reams to throw, and Hygis makes the catch. Some blocking upfield, and he takes it out to the 26-yard line, a pickup of 6. Tresky has the timeouts to use if he wants. He's going to let the clock continue to run here with 25 seconds.
He doesn't look like a lot of urgency on his part right now. They may be thinking that wasn't as much as we needed to get this drive started.
could be the final play of the half. And Reams to hit Hygis out of the backfield. And running left and ripped down inbounds. And so that will be the final play of this first half. It's a slugfest here at Raabe Stadium between these two 1-1 NAC teams. Warriors trailed 7-0 early. A long sustained drive to knot it up. St. Norbert with a field goal from Jurgensen, and it's a 10-7 Green Knights lead. Let's hear from Eric Tresky. He's with Wayne.
Quincy Reams back in at quarterback. Assess his play in the first half.
He's done a good job extending drives on third downs, and we've had some broken route situations, and he's used his feet. That's been very patient. One of the things we talked about was not forcing things with his arm, but trusting in his gift, and he's done that. We run the ball fairly well. We got to continue, though. We have to be able to throw the ball more efficient than we are, and that's our goal this half.
Second half, and obviously the defense, they played well in this first half, had the long drive. What do you say about them?
Yeah, they've been playing really well. Even on the field goal, I think they tipped it, man. So it was like a lot of positives happened on that side of things. This is about, we'd like to have a few more points on the Warriors side of the scoreboard, but it's about what we expected. It was a close ball game at half.
You get the ball to start the second half. What are you looking to do?
Set the tone, I think, and play more complementary offense, not be as one-dimensional as our goal. So we'll work on that in half and see where we're at.
Best of skill in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Yep, good point there at the very end. Warriors will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. 10-7 Green Knights leading the Warriors under the lights at Raabe Stadium. Halftime programming comes your way next. A great conversation with the Gordon guys. Seniors, twins, Malik and Jameel. Stick around for that and more. You're watching People's State Bank coverage of Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors football presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
The Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, a collection of 14 private colleges and universities, is proud to be one of the premier NCAA Division III conferences in the Midwest. Our mission is simple but powerful: to put students first, support their academic and athletic success, and prepare them for life beyond college. The NAC is a model for what college athletics should be: competitive, balanced, and student-centered. We are proud of our past, excited about our future, and most of all, proud of the student athletes who make the NAC a launch point for future leaders.
I'm ready for the sermon. Every chance I get, I gotta make it back to service. I'm just trying to listen to the preacher, but here come the deacon who be asking for a feature.
This isn't just another college.
If you are looking for a university where the professors care about you, you can meet friends who have the same values as you, and you're going to be in a super fun area with a ton of student activities and fun stuff to do, then you want to go to WLC.
This is a place where you'll engage in Christ-centered academics and student life experiences that activate your potential.
Learning here at WLC is incredibly hands-on learning. You get a bunch of different experiences.
You can really balance academics with athletics or fine arts or any extracurriculars.
I don't think a single student here graduates without thinking that they are a Christian leader. You get everything when you come here. You get a wonderful community of people. You get endless opportunities.
WLC initially was just a college for me, but now it's a home.
Your greatest adventure starts here. Visit wlc.edu/purpose to learn more.
Warriors halftime show continues here. Scott Warris with our senior spotlight, not just one but two seniors in the spotlight. We have the Gordon guys here, Jameel and Malik. And guys, I appreciate this time. Jameel, let me start with you. Let's just take a step back for just a second before we talk to your brother. The journey from Texas, from San Marcos, Texas, to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How in the world did that happen?
Yeah, so in high school, I wasn't really that much recruited. I had a couple D2 offers, one from an Oklahoma team, other from a Virginia team, and then I had other couple colleges looking at me. Eventually, towards like the end of our season, one of my offers had gotten pulled, so I kind of was left in a spot where I didn't really have no avenue or offers. So I was just playing, and then one of our teammates, Davion, connected me with Coach Tresky. Coach Tresky reached out to me at text, and then he also came to our school and meet with me and my brother. And then honestly, it went from there. He would call me. He would pretty much check up on me like every week, because like other coaches, like they're kind of more transactional. They just kind of were interested in you, and that's pretty much it. But he showed like different level of interest, so that kind of like stuck out for me. And then we went on a visit. I really like the campus. I like the smaller environment. I can get help in academic and stuff like that. And then I committed, and that was it.
Okay, so then the question for you, Malik, is first of all, so Davion Towns was like the recruiting coordinator. He was the middleman. Was this going to be a package deal? I mean, were you and Jamil, did you guys talk and say, if we're going to play college football, we're going to do this thing together no matter where it takes us?
Yes, so basically anywhere we went, we kind of decided that we're going to try and stick together no matter what. A lot of instances have like tried to like pull us apart, and a lot of people, thought that we're going to be separate, but pretty much we're going to be together for a long time, considering we're here in college. So, yeah, Davion was the mediator of all of it. If it wasn't for him, we probably honestly wouldn't be here. So,
you both are seniors now, obviously. What has this experience been like? I mean, maybe compare it to what you expected, if you even knew what you expected coming to Wisconsin Lutheran College. How did it shape up? How did it stack up?
I would say it was difficult, to be honest. At first, I didn't really want to admit it, but it was difficult, considering we've never left Texas, and this was our first time actually going out of state, and it was going to be for obviously 4 years. So it was a big jump, considering we wouldn't have our parents and our brothers or any support system like in our immediate vicinity. But obviously, we had our football family to help us get through what we went through, and honestly, that's like the biggest blessing that I've had. And obviously I have my own personal best friend in Jamil, so that just makes everything so much easier and just so much more sweeter. So
what advice would you give? Like, there are seniors in high school right now, like as we're taping this right now, there are seniors in high school that are trying to make the same decision you did, and maybe they don't have a brother to come along with them for the journey. What advice would you give them in their decision-making process for Wisconsin Lutheran or any place?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I would say if you're deciding to go to college or just go into a trade or anything, don't do it for other people, do it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you know what you're capable of and what you're going to be enticed to pursue. So don't do it for anybody else except for yourself, but along the way, keep in mind of what it is you're chasing after, basically. So,
Jamil, I turn back to you. This is a situation where you're going through this senior campaign. There's the last go-round for everything. Are those thoughts, those memories, and we're only halfway through the season, basically, are those ideas in your head yet to savor every moment?
Yeah, honestly, after every game, before every game, I try to just like take everything in, because like you said, this is my last go-around, and obviously I want to do stuff after college. But yeah, it's just taking in the moments, good or bad. If I mess up on a play and not what's called it? How would you say it? Thinking about it too much and stuff like that. Just
process it too much.
Of
Overthink
course,
it.
yeah.
You mentioned your post-school plan. What are the post-school plans? Tell everybody what you're majoring in and what you'd like to do after graduation.
So I'm majoring in SPE, Sports and Exercise Science. At first, I didn't know if I wanted to go into PT or strength and conditioning. We interned over the summer at my old high school as an assistant strength and conditioning coach. That experience was amazing. It didn't really feel like work, to be honest. I love being with the kids, helping them with anything, whether it was sports or just being a young man in general. So like, after college, I would like to, if I get the opportunity to go back to my high school and get a job there, or just any other high school would be nice, whether it was in Texas or here in Milwaukee or wherever they would have me. So, yeah.
Same question for you, Malik. Similar path, similar career field, or what are you looking at right now? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so my major is the exact same major, SPE. And, so similar plan, to be honest, but I also have an idea of starting an agency where we live at. So it would be a Central Texas area. Just because in our area we have like a lot of young kids that don't have necessarily like an outlet to explore like their skills and actually get adequate training to further pursue their skills, because it's kind of wonky when you're playing a sport and then you just get to middle school and you're trying to figure out what to do. So I just want to have an agency where we can kind of like mediate that kind of gap and like bridge the gap so that they're more comfortable in exploring different avenues, whether it be football, basketball, track, or anything, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of an idea I have. So
that's an excellent idea and really inspiring. Okay, on the way out here, I'm going to avoid all the obvious like twins questions that you guys have probably been peppered with your entire lives, but I do have one question. And I'll start with the senior wide receiver, Jamil Gordon. What is the best way to go up against defensive back Malik Gordon when you guys are going one-on-one? How do you get him?
Honestly, I would say like more so double moves and being patient, because like he's super patient. So if you're too quick, he's just gonna grab you and just push you to the side. So I'll probably say patience, but he kind of knows all my moves, so it's kind of hard to reach deep into my bag and actually get him. But I get him from time to time. So.
And I will give you equal time, senior defensive back Malik Gordon. How do you lock down senior wide receiver Jamil Gordon?
So my strategy is I usually stay pretty like 2 yards inside of Jamil, because he is very fast and I am kind of slow. But I do have a strength advantage on Jamil, and you know what I'm saying? So all I got to do is get my hands on bro, and it's a wrap after that. So it's not a wrap. It's not a wrap. That's the strategy. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to have to do this again. This just got cooking. To the Gordon guys, all the best. Thanks for what you're doing on and off the field. We'll continue with more of our halftime show after this. Stick with us.
When it comes to electrical work for your home, don't settle for fine. You deserve the best with Best Electric. From replacing an outlet to large-scale renovations and everything in between, there's no job too big or too small. And Best Electric offers upfront estimates and financing options. We're a family business that's been taking care of your family for over 50 years. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
Back live at historic Raabe Stadium under the lights here on this Saturday. Alongside Dennis Miller, I am Scott Warris. It is a 10-7 lead for the visiting St. Norbert College Green Knights. A 3-point lead for the Green Knights, and it's been a battle. Had a lot of offense, but the punters and the defense have been key as we look back at some of the key plays from that first half. This was a big one that set up their first touchdown. McVane out of the backfield to take it inside the 5 on the pass by Meneguzzo, and then they said, you got us that close, we'll let you finish it off. McVane from a couple yards out to lead 7-0. Warriors would answer with a 13-play, 81-yard drive. Liam Hygis, his 7th touchdown of the season, and that knotted it up at 7 apiece for the Warriors. Meneguzzo has had time. That time, it ran out. However, Warriors getting into the backfield. This the difference, though, as Tyler Jurgensen knocked one in from 35. Warriors got a finger on it, but it still was enough. And 10-7 is our score, and that's how we got here, Dennis.
Yeah, and it feels like, you watch the highlights and you see what happened in the first half, and it feels like a 10-7 football game. Nobody's running away. Nobody's extending anything. The punters are proving to be big in this game. I also believe because we're sitting at 10-7, the field goals and the extra points and all those sorts of things are going to be very important moving into the second half. Looking at the stats, they're very similar. We're doing a lot better job in the rushing department. They're doing a better job in the passing department. But it's just a very close 10-7 football game.
Yep, the numbers pretty much bear that out, like you said, Coach. Warriors 129 total yards. St. Norbert 123. The difference, though, Warriors doing it on the ground. They have 92 rushing yards and just 37 passing yards, whereas the Green Knights, 93 passing yards and 30 rushing yards. So when you add it all up, it's pretty tight in the total yards department, just doing it in two different ways. We should point out these are two good red zone offenses, and it's shown that way as well. St. Norbert 2 for 2, and the Warriors capitalizing on their only red zone appearance of this first half, as it's a 10-7 lead for St. Norbert. Warriors regrouping and now making their way back out onto the field.
One of the stats that is also very interesting to look at, and I think, if that trend continues, will be very positive for the Warriors in the second half. St. Norbert's is 1 for 6 in third down conversions. Warriors are 3 out of 7.
Defensive battle so far. We'll take one final timeout, come back, get you ready for the second half. We'll look around the NAC as well. We got some finals in today as we continue People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
The world is changing in powerful ways. You deserve an education that helps you meet the moment. Wisconsin Lutheran College. An academic and faith experience embedded in a close-knit community that activates your potential. Preparing you for life's critical moments so you can step into your unique purpose as a bold Christian leader. Take the first step at wlc.edu/purpose.
Warriors and St. Norbert 10-7. The Green Knights have the lead. There are a couple of finals on the NAC scoreboard here this Saturday already. As you might imagine, first place Concordia, Wisconsin. They found a way to win again in overtime at home. The Cheese Bowl against Lakeland. Concordia 41, Lakeland 34. That's the second CUW overtime conference win. They're 4-0. It was Aurora shutting out Rockford at home. No surprise there, 48-0. They're still playing at Eureka. Benedictine, they're under the lights down in Illinois. Benedictine 49-0 on their way to rolling the Red Devils of Eureka. And here, the last one of the night, 10-7, St. Norbert leading the Warriors. That's a look around the NAC on this Saturday in mid-October. Second half from Raabe Stadium comes your way next on My24 and WLCSports.com.
Drive, discipline, passion, determination, focus, sacrifice, effort. The years on the football field have given me more than just wins. They've taught me values that are now at the heart of Legacy Insurance Group. At Legacy Insurance, dedication, hard work, and honor become real protection for families and businesses across Wisconsin. Legacy Insurance Group, driven to protect your future.
Banking and credit go hand in hand. So why are most bank and credit management apps separate? They don't have to be when you choose the People's State Bank app with built-in My Credit Manager. One app gives you total financial control to build your savings, check balances, even work on raising that credit score. So when it comes to banking and credit, choose the app that does it all. Visit bankpeoples.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Awaiting the start of our second half, Warriors are going to receive the opening kickoff. Before they do, let's check in with our sideline reporter, Wayne Chevy.
I talked to Coach Dan McCarty from St. Norbert. He said he liked what he saw in the second half from his defense. Didn't like that long drive, said had too many missed tackles. Asked him what he needed to do in the second half. He goes, just be more consistent. Too much up and down for his squad. He's hoping to come back and do some good things in the second half. He's like, two good football teams just going at it. It's anybody's game. It's going to be a fun second half. Back to you guys.
Yeah, it's been pretty even. Dan McCarty in his 10th season at St. Norbert, 68-30 is his record. Took them to the Lakefront Bowl victory, which is actually played here at Raabe Stadium. Beat Monmouth last year, first ever bowl win for St. Norbert. He's got a playoff victory under his belt. Back in 2017, I believe it was, when St. Norbert was a member of the Midwest Conference. He has had a really nice decade of his career up there at SNC.
Yes, he has, and he's been very consistent. That's the thing that if one word would jump out at you about St. Norbert's College over the years is they're just a consistently good football team. And last year, capping that off with that really nice win. I was at that game, and it was a hard-fought game. Monmouth is a great opponent, and to come out with that was a great win for them.
Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff will begin our second half, of course, with Carson Kohler back to receive and Brandon Schaefer to kick this one away. Second half. In a 3-point game, Warriors trying to beat St. Norbert for the first time. They're 0-4 all time. And now as conference foes since 2021, and a booming kick by Schaefer. And the Warriors will set up at the 25.
And looking at the flag, it is just laying limp. There is no wind right now whatsoever.
First half, numbers. Wisconsin Lutheran ran 32 plays for 129 yards, 92 on the ground, just 37 through the air. Quincy Reams, the freshman quarterback, back as a starter in the absence of the injured Nate Griffith, led them with 45 yards on the ground, including 4 first down runs. He's 8 of 10 in passing, but for only 37 yards. And the first play of half number 2, and he pulls it back and tosses to Kohler. And Carson, who had a really nice first half, with a really nice gainer on first down out across the 30 near the 31-yard line for a pickup of about 6.
And that was the first time we've seen the two-back set for them, and that was really a nice design play. Liam Hygis was on the right, and Kohler came behind him, and it was just a well-thrown ball with blockers out in front.
First catch of the night for Carson Kohler. Now this is Liam Hygis. Green Knights have got to be pretty happy with what they did against Hygis in that first half. He had 7 carries for just 12 yards, 4 receptions for 23. First down run here, though, for Hygis, and a good start for Wisconsin Lutheran. Best Electric Service sponsors every first down all season long. 3 wide receivers to the bottom. Amack, Mears, and Gordon, and they set up a little bubble screen here to Jameel Gordon. He's trying to squirt out of that initial tackle attempt. A penalty flag comes in from the backfield. The back judge launched that one about 15 yards. Alex Carter escorted Gordon to the sidelines.
I'm guessing it's holding on one of the receivers, coming from where the flag came
holding for the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
Dave Dejewski didn't say who, but
No.
it's against the Warriors. That's their 4th penalty of this game. St. Norbert has not been penalized.
When you see that back judge loft at 15 yards, he's usually looking at that area.
So Wisconsin Lutheran has to play from behind the sticks here. First down and 20. Opening 2 minutes of the second half. Quincy Reams in the first half for the Warriors. 8 out of 10, but again, just for 37 yards. He was sacked once. Hygis cuts it back. Made a couple men miss. Nice decision there by Liam Hygis. And he gets to the 34-yard line on a gain of 8.
Little pushing and shoving going on there. No flag thrown, but I think it could have been.
Nice decision and a good result off that decision for Hygis. Again, St. Norbert good against number 11, the reigning NAC freshman of the year, Liam Hygis. 2nd down and 12 for Wisconsin Lutheran College on their opening drive, the opening drive of the second half. Reams across the middle, intercepted. It is Seitz, the linebacker, and the first turnover of the ball game.
And
now a penalty flag comes in late afterwards on the interception, Seitz of Reams.
And that was really what you had to avoid tonight, was those turnovers.
Unsportsmanlike foul. Number 9 in the defense. That's his first UNS of the game. We're going to attack on 15 from the end of the run.
Well, I'll tell you what. I knew I got the number wrong earlier on Dane Metzger. Lace Handwork isn't on the offense, so it wasn't on number 9.
I wonder if is
sure.
it on St. Norbert's?
Oh, he did point, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he pointed to...
yeah, he did.
He pointed to the Warriors' side, but he said offense,
yeah.
Which technically, I guess, in this instance is St. Norbert. Number 9 for them is Bo Allison. He's the defensive back, so he would have been out there.
Well,
so,
this
okay.
really helps the
Yes.
situation. I mean, it's like a bad punt right now.
Okay. So the first penalty against St. Norbert, it comes after the Reams interception by Seitz. Connor Kelly on a jet sweep inside the 30-yard line, and a big play for St. Norbert after the takeaway. Vinton Martin on the hit, and the Green Knights are in business.
Yeah, that was well done. You can see the handoff here. They had good blocking on the edge.
Good misdirection. Best Electric Service first down. Kelly on the ground, the wide receiver. High snap. And for St. Norbert, that's number 7, Tanner Hora, the quarterback.
They have had numerous snaps that have been iffy, and that one was probably the most iffy of all.
So Hora begins this drive. It's not Menegusa in at quarterback. Again, Menegusa in that first half for St. Norbert. 7 for 13. This is McVeigh with space, with momentum, and it's a goal to go for St. Norbert. A run for McVeigh into the red zone, sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group, Colin A. McAgent, representing Auto Owners Insurance. And a decision here by Dan McCarty, again, to go with the junior quarterback Tanner Hora out of Slinger, Wisconsin.
You know, we were commenting in the first half. We'll go with this play here.
McVeigh down near the 2. He has been their workhorse in the backfield in this one. He has their touchdown back in the first quarter. He might have another here.
I was saying that Menegusa looked like he was struggling a little bit with his arm, so there might be something up with that.
So the second quarterback used by St. Norbert in this game, Tanner Hora. And McVeigh stands to his left. Tight formation. Hora's going to keep it himself. He's spun down. He may have lost a foot or two. I think the first Warrior in there, number 8, Chris Korb. He's had a nice ball game for Korb.
We've said his name a lot tonight. He's had a nice ball game.
Remember, no Nevad, no Elke for the Wisconsin Lutheran defense. And others like Korb have stepped up. Bryant almost had a pick earlier. 3rd and goal from the 3. High snap. Hora pulls it down. Straight ahead. And he is stopped short of the goal line. It was Demarius Lewis who wrapped him up. Number 7 for the Warriors against number 7 for the Green Knights, I believe. And another high snap.
High snaps, yep.
There's number 7 in green. 4th and goal. Inside the 1. St. Norbert 1 for 1 on 4th downs. McVeigh in that tailback. He's got the carry, and he's got the Green Knights touchdown. His second score, a sit dog training touchdown for St. Norbert, and they extend 16-7.
Yeah, St. Norbert's really took the momentum with that interception, despite the 15-yard penalty that ensued. But they just brought it right down the field with really no problems at all.
It comes off the Quincy Reams interception, the first turnover of the ball game, and it leads to points. And St. Norbert is now perfect on the season in the red zone, 13 out of 13 in the red zone this year.
Very impressive.
And now it's 17-7. Jurgensen punches it through as we take another look at McVade's second score.
You know, he didn't have very far to go, and all they did is shield the defenders to let him get to the line of scrimmage and punch it in.
7 plays, 52 yards, 3:16 off the third quarter clock. And remember, yes, they got that interception, but then the unsportsmanlike penalty pushed them back into their own territory, thus having to go 52.
Yeah, they did a nice job overcoming the penalty, though they were still on first down, but nonetheless overcoming the penalty, but really taking advantage of that Quincy Reams interception.
Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff upcoming. Well, let's see how Reams responds after his fourth interception. But remember, all three, his first three came in that first ball game.
Right, yes.
Kohler back and Schaefer to kick off. And the Warriors down 2 scores. And looking to respond now. And Reams looking to bounce back. Strong kick. Checks up at the 2, and Carson Kohler back at his 1. Bouncing it to the near side and ripped down at the 12. Maybe the 13. And that's where the Warriors' drive will begin as Eric Tresky will huddle up his offense.
He was really hoping that was just going to go over his head and bounce into the end zone, and instead it was like a chip shot on a green. It just kind of came back and forced us into a really poor kick return. I think it's going to be important that establish a little bit of downfield passing game to just open up the run game even a little bit for the Warriors here.
Tywin McKinney is in there at tailback. His second rush of the night. And McKinney, who was our Warrior of the game in our last broadcast 2 weeks ago against Concordia Chicago, a solid 5 yards on first down.
That's a nice first down play. 2nd and 5 is a good down distance.
After McKinney's carry in the first half, he spent some time in the injury tent, the medical tent. Good to see him healthy enough to go here with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Junior from Milwaukee, Kingdom Prep High School. And he'll get another carry. Good job of the Green Knights to get in the backfield. McKinney leans forward for a gain of about 1. It was Seitz who had the interception that wrapped up the ankles of Tywin McKinney.
You know, it's going to be important for Quincy Reams here to have a good, efficient throw to kind of overcome mentally throwing the interception in the last go-around.
Third down and 3. Warriors just 3 out of 7 on third downs. Their best third down weapon has been this right here. Quincy Reams with his feet, and he picks it up again. 5th time, Dennis, by my memory, by my count, that he has picked up a first down with his feet.
Yeah.
4 of those coming on third down.
He's real comfortable doing that. In fact, I think he's looking for that. If it doesn't look clean immediately, Reams is taking off with it.
So a fresh set of downs as Wisconsin Lutheran, who does have an 81-yard touchdown drive. Their only scoring drive of the game is in similar position here if they can get all the way downfield. And a hard run that time for WLC.
Nice push by the offensive line. I think there was contact at about 3 yards. Ended up getting 6 or 7 on it.
This is McKinney's drive so far at tailback. He's fresh and a strong runner. 2nd down and 3. Stick with him. It's worked so far in this drive, and it does here again for another Warriors Best Electric Service first down, courtesy of McKinney.
This is a great drive so far because they started so far in their own end, and very methodically have moved it down the field.
Warriors closing in on 130 rushing yards. The drive began at the 12, and here it sits at their own 37-yard line. Carson Kohler now in at tailback. This is Kohler going nowhere.
Looked like John Seitz at least got a piece of his feet there, and he wasn't able to scoot around to the right as he was trying to do.
Seitz coming up big here in the last few minutes. His first interception of the season. Seitz is their leading tackler, had 33 coming in through their first 4 games. And rising up now as this game gets deeper and deeper. 2nd down and 11 for Wisconsin Lutheran with under 6 minutes to play now in this third quarter.
And there's their two-back set again.
McKinney goes in motion.
Similar play, nice ball.
Amack, his first catch of the game. And a first down for the Warriors tight end as Reams hits Amack, the senior out of Menominee Falls, for a Best Electric Service first down.
And I think that was such an important throw because it gives Quincy Reams some confidence to throw the ball down the field, in the middle of the field. That was just a really nice play.
For Amack, his 4th catch of the season. And Wisconsin Lutheran now on the Green Knights side of the 50-yard line.
Sticking with the two-back set.
High snap, pulls it down. Rainbow's far sideline has a man. Incomplete. He was looking for Mears. Coverage there on the play by Mateo Gonzalez.
And I can't see if there's a hand in there that knocks it out or if that's a drop, but it really looked from here like a well-placed ball. Oh, yeah, hand. Defender did a nice job on that.
Just got a couple of fingers, Gonzalez did. Otherwise, Mears pulls that thing in probably.
That was really a well-thrown pass.
Well, we look at the development of Reams,
yep.
and that throw we didn't see in the first 2 games of the season.
No, not at all.
2nd down and 10. Reams pulls it back again. Now tucks. Now runs for 5. Nope. Make it a gain of 4. He stepped out inside the 45 near the 44.
He is a very quick young man. When he decides to go like he does, there is no hesitation on his part. He just takes off.
So it's 3rd down and 7. Warriors have already converted a 3rd down on this drive.
They may even be in 4-down territory based on how things have evolved tonight. Whoops.
And it looks like a false start.
Oh, boy.
False start. 71 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Five penalties against Wisconsin Lutheran. And from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 12.
That really changes, that dramatically changes this play call.
Warriors only averaging about 4 penalties per game through their first 4 games. And as I said, that was their 5th. 3rd down and 12. Reams.
Nice protection for him.
Oh, my goodness. And he goes down.
Very good protection for Quincy Reams that particular play. He just could not locate anybody downfield.
Dylan Anderson, as time ran out on Quincy Reams. Just got enough of the ankle for Anderson. And a coachable moment for Reams in the offense. And now Drew Mears is on. Maybong is back to receive the punt from Drew. Let's see if they can flip the field here. This one off the side of his foot. I think it hits at the 30. Takes a bit of a Mears bounce at around the 25-yard line or so. And that's where St. Norbert will set up, leading 17-0 7. As you see, the teaching and the coaching, it always goes on. You know that better than anybody,
Yep.
Dennis. Regardless of the score, doesn't matter, time and score.
No, especially with a young man like Quincy Reams. I mean, he's got to learn every single play that he's out there and improve every play. This now is a very important defensive series, I think.
And it looks like Meneguza is back in at quarterback, I believe. Yeah, number 2, and he gives to McVeigh. And McVeigh, who has both touchdowns for St. Norbert tonight, a short gainer. Amaya on the tackle.
Meneguza may have just been out and give the other guy a chance to see what he could do, but I'm glad he's back and that wasn't an injury or anything that was keeping him out.
The other guy, Tanner Hora, he was the quarterback on that 52-yard touchdown drive the last time they touched the ball. 2nd down and 8, approaching 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. And Meneguza is going to keep and throw and terrain to the 33 or so.
Did a nice job. They have that little lead blocker on that play that ends up allowing Terrain to end up going one-on-one with the defensive back on that.
So a big moment again, 3rd down and 2. St. Norbert, only 1 third down conversion in this game, 1 out of 7. Warriors stacking the box. McVeigh straight ahead, forging, breaking free, nearly broke all the way free. As it is, he gains 12 to the 45. Bryant may have saved a touchdown.
Yeah, that looked like one of those, oh my gosh, he's going to break it through and go for the distance, but Bryant did a nice job on that to save that.
Best Electric Service first down run for Jacob McVeigh. 65 yards unofficially for McVeigh. He carries it again, and he gets 5 hard yards. He was hit initially, maybe a yard or two beyond the line or behind the line of scrimmage. Lewis tackled him at the midfield stripe.
Yeah, Chris Korb had a chance to bring him down for a loss, perhaps, and he ran through the arm tackle and ended up gaining 5.
.60 seconds left in the third.
That was a fast quarter, Scott. Seems like.
St. Norbert with the only score of the quarter. McVeigh, they have found something up the middle, haven't they? He picks up 13 more yards. Best Electric Service first down for McVeigh and St. Norbert.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it because that was not happening earlier in the game, but right now they're going literally right over the center and having very good success on that.
Green Knights are going to have to snap this thing as the play clock with less time than the game clock. Very likely the final play of the quarter, however. McVeigh, why go away from him? To the 29, he gains 8 on first down, and he takes us to the end of our third quarter as Kaysen McFadden will make the final tackle of the quarter for Wisconsin Lutheran College. 17-7, St. Norbert trying to move to 5-0 all time against Wisconsin Lutheran. Fourth quarter is next. This is People's State Bank coverage of Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors football presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
At People's State Bank, the word of the day is nest egg. Okay, that's 2 words, but it shows how fast things add up when you deposit your money with us. From our Super Saver account that pays competitive interest to interest-bearing checking and CDs, the means to help you grow your savings is all here, along with perks like surcharge-free ATMs, 24/7 digital banking, and a handy, secure app that lets you bank right from your phone. Visit bankpeoples.com and get started today.
I've been playing this game since I was 6 years old. I'm grateful for every coach, teammate, and supporter who invested in me. From the first snap to now my final season in college, Football taught me how to work hard, serve others, and the importance of protecting what matters. These lessons don't end on the field. They're the foundation of how I serve my clients today. As your trusted independent insurance advisor, I'm committed to providing great coverage, fair pricing, and service you can count on.
"15 minutes to go. And the Warriors are down 17-7 as we start the fourth. Here's McVane on a pitch. It was his third quarter. Picks up 3. McVane, 13 rushes, now 88 yards in this ballgame. And again, at halftime, you look back, McVane had 18, so 70 rushing yards basically in 15 minutes.
Yeah, he's looking very strong right now. And the other thing Norbert's is doing is their perimeter blocking is just outstanding.
Meneguza to the 25, McVane.
That was a good first down defensively to get him into a 2nd and 10 situation. Throwing the ball is not their strength. It doesn't appear anyway, but they've been running the ball with really good efficiency so far this second half.
They are now outgaining the Warriors on the ground. 126 yards to 122, and that time the left guard popped up a little early.
First penalty?
First penalty.
75 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Second penalty.
Second penalty.
They had the unsportsmanlike after the Seitz interception. This one against the guard, Deacon Carroll. But again, St. Norbert, just 17 penalties on the season now. Fewest in the NAC. And the quarterbacks swap out here, so
Yep.
Meneguza leaves and Tanner Hora sprints back onto the field.
It almost makes you think he's the throw guy.
This is 2nd down and 15, and Hora straight back, near side, coming back, on his knees, incomplete. Hunter Thiel, the intended target for the Warriors. Lewis was there.
I thought that could have even been picked on that play. I thought, man, he's got a pick.
If Demarius Lewis is a little closer to the sideline when he turns around,
yeah,
probably picks that thing off because it was underthrown. 3rd down and 15 now. Hora at quarterback. Looks over to the far sideline. Offensive coordinator Dennis Cooper sends in the signal. Warriors showing blitz. Here they come. Hora steps up, scampers. Penalty flag could be for a hold. Pummeled as he throws, and it's incomplete. Oh, my goodness. Noah Ross leveled Tanner Hora, and he is down, and the hold will go against St. Norbert as well.
This is one of those decisions that is not as easy as it appears.
What does Trusky elect to do? Hora
Yeah.
down in the back of your screen there behind the referee. That's noteworthy.
Holding. 62 of the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
In your picture, you saw Dave Dejewski make the call, and in the background, you saw Tanner Hora down, and an injury timeout here as the St. Norbert quarterback is being tended to. Well, whether business or pleasure brings you to the Milwaukee area, Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa offers an experience for all. The hotel is just minutes from the interstate, a quick drive from downtown, and provides an abundance of complimentary parking. Tasteful guest rooms provide a home away from home. Over 6,000 square feet of meeting space are ready to be transformed for your unique gathering. When you stay at Sonesta, that means it's a short trip to AmFam Field, the Milwaukee County Zoo, State Fair Park, even historic Raabe Stadium itself. Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa, the home of the Warriors' annual Hall of Fame ceremony.
You rarely see this punting from the 30-yard line.
But when you have a good one,
yeah,
you can do it.
We'll see if this turns out well for him.
Again, it's Mason LeVake. He's averaging 42 on his punts tonight.
A good fake situation here.
LeVake with the little pooch. End over end, bounds inside the 5, and it's a touchback.
Pretty close.
Pretty good hustle there by Connor Hardy, number 84, the St. Norbert special teamer. Tried to leap into the end zone and tap it back, but he had already put his foot into the end zone when he made contact with the ball.
That was really nicely punted. I mean, he did that little, whatever they call it, that Australian punt or something, but that was close. We dodged a bullet on that one.
Warriors get the defensive stop they needed. Their only score coming in the second quarter off a 13-play, 81-yard drive. Liam Hygis, the touchdown. 75 yards away, trying to make this thing a one-score game. Here is Hygis. See if he can bust a big one here. It won't be in this instance. A gain of 1.
You know, being down 2 scores, you need to be aware of the clock, even at this juncture of the game, being down 2 scores.
Second down and 10, they're calling it. Looks like he got about a yard on first down, but at any rate, it's officially second down and 10. Gordon and Mears to the right. Hygis out near the 30-yard line. It'll bring up third and a yard.
That may have been almost his best run of the game so far today. You can definitely tell that St. Norbert's went in with the idea we are going to stop Liam Hygis.
8 had been his prior long. That one officially goes for 9. So it was his longest run. Third down and 1. Hygis again. First down for the Warriors. And Liam Hygis moves the sticks. Long, the free safety. Second straight tackle of Hygis.
Even on a not very long run, you can see the skill that Liam Hygis has on that.
The tackler is down. Zeke Long, the senior defensive back from Prosper, Texas, is being tended to. So we have a stoppage with 11:34 to go in the fourth, and the Warriors with the ball down 10. Dunn Sporting Goods has been the leader in creating custom apparel in the Milwaukee area since 1982. Create T-shirts, team apparel, spirit wear, and more by screen printing, sublimation embroidery, and other innovative ways. The small family business loves to create strong relationships with their customers that keep them coming back year after year. And with in-house screen printing and embroidery, they're able to keep prices low and turnarounds quick. Dunn Sporting Goods in West Allis, 43 years of creating outstanding apparel. They continue to tend, as you see, Zeke Long, and now Long with some help pops up. Good to see him jog off, but holding his right arm pretty still as he sprints off. And Eric Tresky with that injury timeout, a chance to reset and recollect with his offense. Warriors have been outgained 225 to 195 unofficially in this ballgame. Split backfield now of McKinney and Kohler. After Hygis has been carrying the load on this drive, he'll get a breather. And Reams pulls it back, has time, throws, Gordon's way, complete.
Nice. Really nice. Jamil Gordon did a really nice job on that, getting his hands underneath. The ball was very low.
Longest completion for Quincy Reams. It goes for 14. Best electric service, first down.
Glad there's no instant replay.
We've got the only replay that counts.
Yeah.
Tywin McKinney stood up after a gain of maybe 2. Oh, my goodness, he's still fighting.
He's working. He is working out there. Tywin McKinney is working.
2nd and 8. And McKinney will come off with Kohler and Hygis replacing him in the backfield. Quincy Reams now 12 out of 16. He has been intercepted. Seitz picked him off. St. Norbert turned it into 7. That's the touchdown they've had in this half. Kohler. Might be a horse collar there. Penalty flags come in. Yep. I think that's what they caught. He got to the 49 of SNC. He picked up a couple.
Boy, that'll be a positive development for the Warriors if that's what that is. That'll put him well into St. Norbert's territory.
St. Norbert has only been penalized twice in this game, both coming in this half.
I actually saw perhaps Jamil Gordon with a blindside block. So we'll see what they do here.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Block in the back, 18 of the offense. Personal foul, face mask, defense. Those penalties offset. Replay second down.
I actually, I'm not one to always agree with the officials, but I think that's probably a pretty good call.
You see 18 right there. Yep. That's Gordon on the hit. And then you see the face mask right there by Sean Gillis, 17 for St. Norbert. So, a redo, as it were. 2nd down and 8. Warriors back again at their own 49-yard line. Hygis has a hole. Inside the 45, still fighting. And pushing the pile down near the 40. A gain of 11 and a Best Electric Service first down.
You can just feel a little bit of momentum building right now in this offensive group. They've put some nice plays together, and you feel some confidence building with them right now.
Approaching 9 minutes to go in the 4th. Look, this thing has to end in points one way or another for the Warriors.
Yeah, it really does.
As good as this drive has been so far, it has to end in points, just the way this game has gone.
Yep.
You don't know how many opportunities after this drive you could get. As Kohler gets the carry, squirts straight ahead.
The clock really is a factor at this point in time. 8:45 left. And down 2 scores. I mean, it's important to get a score here as quickly as we can because Norbert's has had the ability, even without scoring, to possess the ball for a period of time.
Second down and 4. Kohler in at tailback. Reams to throw, it would appear. Although he may decide otherwise here. Nope, he will toss. And he'll move the sticks. As for Wisconsin Lutheran, it's Jakota Hayes, his first catch.
Quincy Reams did a nice job on that. His main routes were downfield, and he started to scramble, which he had great success with so far today. But he was able to get his eyes up and find the receiver and make a nice throw on that.
First collegiate catch for the freshman Jakota Hayes and a Best Electric Service first down for the Warriors at the 28 of St. Norbert. That time, the Green Knights were ready for Carson Kohler. Earlier winners today in the NAC included Aurora shutting out Rockford 48-0. Concordia, Wisconsin is 4-0. Their second overtime win in league play, 41-34. They were down 3 scores against Lakeland.
Yep.
Came back to win in overtime.
Watch the end of that game. Lakeland had an opportunity to kick a 25-yard field goal in regulation and missed it. Give them the opportunity to win in overtime.
Second down and 11. Reams pulls it back. Now Quincy Reams is in trouble. And he is ripped down. That is a one-handed sack by Nate Lee. My goodness, what strength in the right hand of Lee to rip down the Warriors quarterback.
And there was almost immediate pressure on him on that one. By the time he got done with the ball fake right there was just nowhere to go with that. that was not a case of the quarterback holding the ball too long. That was just immediate pressure.
Back-to-back negative plays on what had been a really good drive brings up 3rd down and 22. Back at the 40 of St. Norbert. Hygieson at tailback. Reams, 3-step drop. Look out from behind, and down he goes again. And again it is Nate Lee. Consecutive sacks by the senior linebacker out of Neenah, Wisconsin. 3 consecutive negative plays.
Yep, and this is definitely 4-down territory for him. They've, with the clock sitting at 6 minutes, it's not an ideal situation, obviously. They got a long ways to go for a first down. But
what a time for Nate Lee's first 2 sacks of 2025, and it's 4th and 25 with under 6 to play. And now the defense of the Green Knights will take the timeout. We'll keep it right here. One more score. It's a final at Eureka. Benedictine wins a squeaker 56-0. Warriors will be on the road after today. Next week they'll head to Sheboygan, suburban Howard's Grove, however you like to refer to it.
Yeah.
They'll visit Lakeland, the Muskies, who are 1-2. Warriors trying to avoid going 1-2. Week after that, it's Eureka, their final home game. Our final broadcast, Saturday, November 1st, when the reigning defending Aurora Spartan champions of the NAC are here. So the Warriors, again, finishing off a 3-game homestand and in danger of going to 1-2 in those 3 games. And with 2 road games coming up, gets a little tougher.
Yeah, it does. They're climbing a mountain right now with the situation sitting where 4th and 25. But that's how special games happen with special plays like this. So hopefully Quincy Reams can do something very special here and get a first down.
4th downs tonight. Warriors 1 out of 1, but this one would be special. 4th and 25. Let's see what they can do.
2-man rush. They're not coming at all. They're just letting them throw.
Back across the middle, and the catch was made. Did they give that catch to Liam Hygieson? I guess they did, to the 35, but it picks up just 8. They needed much more than that, and the Warriors turn it over on downs with 5:37 to go in this ball game, 17-7.
We may end up using timeouts even on this series defensively, depending on how things develop. We need to have enough time to get 2 scores.
There's been only 1 turnover in this game. It was a Quincy Reams interception in the 3rd. Warriors would love to get a takeaway here.
I'm guessing Meneguza is back in to run the football.
They run it to McVeigh, who has had a spectacular second half. Remember, he's got both their touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, he looks like a player who's gotten stronger as the game has progressed.
They gave him 8, brings up 2nd down and 2 for McVeigh. 97 yards unofficially on the ground for Jacob McVeigh. 80 of those in this half, basically. He's been special. This time, looking to get the edge, he turns the corner and picks up a St. Norbert first down. Spun out of bounds by Kaysen McFadden for the Warriors. At least that stops the clock, for a moment at least. And now a whistle. I think the Warriors have taken a timeout here.
Yeah. That's you don't want to go in the locker room with them, and you need to preserve as much time as you possibly can.
Eric Tresky and Quincy Reams. What's that about, Coach? You've been in those conversations many times.
I think what he's saying, because Quincy Reams got sacked I think, 2 back-to-back plays. And I think what Coach Tresky's saying is you've got this look out here, and if it's not clean, just get rid of the ball, but don't take the sack.
One thing that Quincy is going to benefit from, and has already, is that Eric Tresky is one of the most positive coaches you'll be around. And when you are a freshman and when you are a quarterback, boy, if you can get that positivity poured into you, and he has, that helps, right? I mean, there's frustration and coaches get upset, but when you're at this stage in your development, that means everything.
And Coach Tresky's well aware of that with Quincy Reams, I think.
Off the Best Electric Service first down for McVane. This time he's stood up and driven back, and Chris Korb pushes McVane back to the 45 for a loss of 1. Warriors are going to burn their second timeout here, 4:39 to stop the clock.
I think those are really good uses of the timeout, especially in this situation.
Chris Korb leading the Warriors in tackles. It feels that way, and it is that way. He's got 9 tackles.
His name, we've said his name a lot tonight. He's been around the ball on, I think he had a sack too, didn't he? I mean, he's had a really nice game. Or maybe a tackle for loss.
Tackle for loss.
Yeah.
Well, remember, he's started today in absence of the injured Nathan Nevad.
Yep.
No Sam Elke tonight. Landon Bryan started for him. And again, Nevad and Elke are 2 of your top 3 tacklers. Those guys have 3 of your 6 interceptions. So the Warriors playing shorthanded defensively, and still they have been strong. 17-7, going to have to be strong here. Second down and 11. And Aguza is going to pitch it. And Connor Kelly.
Fumble.
Well, it's on the turf. And it is scooped up by the Warriors. There you go. That's a start. They needed one. Connor Martin came up with it.
And we have a timeout left. That's huge now. That actually gives you new life right now. If we can get a quick score, we don't want to get this clock, use 4 minutes on the drive to get a score. We need to get a quick score, but we have a timeout left.
All right, there you have it.
Who got that fumble recovery? I don't know.
Martin came out of there with it. He
Nice.
has been a ball hawk in the interception department with 2 of those, and the fumble recovery there. Okay, first turnover by St. Norbert. Now 4:30, down 10 and a timeout.
2-man rush.
Reams stepping up. Now he's flushed. He's got space. He's got speed. First down, Quincy Reams to the St. Norbert 47-yard line. A pickup of 13 yards.
And now it's going to be important to get to the ball, get the call in, and get the play off.
Warriors trying to come back here at home.
Nice job. 18 seconds left on the play clock. That's a good job. Get out of bounds now, young man.
Reams inside the 30. He stays in, carries it, and a penalty flag comes in late. Boy, there was a St. Norbert Green Knight. That was number 34, Zach Petzel, who along with number 52 for the Warriors, that's Marshall Palmer. They were about 5 yards into the Warriors sidelines. Let's listen in here.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 52 the offense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
I did not see it when it was occurring. I'm guessing he just drove him into the sideline. That's usually what happens in that kind of a situation.
Well, watch see if we catch this on the bottom of the screen. It's going to come there you see
there
the 2 of them
He's
tangled up.
him. Yep.
About 15 yards back.
Yep. That's hard when you get penalized for doing your job, but it was probably a little bit too far out of bounds.
So first down and 10 for the Warriors because of that being a personal foul after the fact. From the 43, Reams across the middle and Mears the catch. He had Murphy, beg your pardon, he had McGinnis on his back, and he made the catch anyway, gain of 4.
We still got time. 3 minutes left. Timeout. 2-minute timeout.
Reams steps up. Now sandwiched and taken down at the 40-yard line. Actually goes as a sack. A loss of 1 on the play.
You know, looking downfield on that play, there was not anybody had any space on their defender at all.
Young on the sack, getting him a yard behind the line of scrimmage. 2:47 and the clock runs.
They got to move it. They got to move it along here.
And now, whistle, timeout defense, St. Norbert.
That was actually helpful, to be honest with you.
It was. Warriors were having trouble. I don't know if they were getting the signal in or what, but the clock was draining, and St. Norbert helps out the Warriors here, calling the timeout. Both teams now, with 1 timeout remaining, you see those red hash marks on the bottom of the scoreboard.
Yep.
1 timeout remaining both ways, 2:35 to go. 17-7, Warriors facing a 3rd down and 7.
You know, this play feels like it needs to be a play that is caught and step out of bounds. You're nervous about completing it in the middle of the field just because of the amount of seconds that are going to go off the clock. But the most important thing at this point in time is you need to get that 1st down. And either a touchdown or a field goal is what you need to get right now because you got to give yourself a chance.
Need something. Down 10. Warriors' lone score came in the 2nd quarter from Liam Hygis on the ground. Third and 7.
3-man pass rush this time.
Quincy Reams throwing, has a man. Catch is made. It's Jakota Hayes.
Nice.
It's a 1st down for the freshman to the 25-yard line. 15-yard pickup. Brian Tracy on the tackle.
Nice little drag route. We haven't seen him do that tonight. A nice little drag route and opened up clean.
Best Electric Service 1st down. McKinney in at tailback. Got the 2-minute timeout approaching. McKinney blocking. Reams throwing, and it's in the turf and incomplete. And 2:05 to stop the clock.
I didn't see anybody over in that vicinity. I don't know if they got hung up on getting out.
Here's the catch by Hayes that gave them the 1st down. He did not have a collegiate catch. He's a freshman until this 4th quarter, and now he's got a pair, and the biggest one right there, obviously.
He's got a good look about him as a freshman.
Good target, too. 6'1", 180. Tywin McKinney stands to the right of Quincy Reams. Reams playing a little game of chicken here. Now he's got some space. Releases to McKinney. Was he behind the line of scrimmage? I don't see any flags. McKinney burrows his way inside the 5, down near the 4.
And the 2-minute timeout right now.
Feeney on the stop. It's a gain of 21. The 2-minute timeout is sponsored by Today's Dentistry. Don't go anywhere. Warriors have a goal-to-go situation with 1:52 to play, down 10 on My 24 and WLCSports.com.
All right, Tim, I got all your policies here.
Okay, nice. But what if...
Covered.
Nice. But what if...
All set.
But what if...
Tim, I customized your insurance so you wouldn't have to ask what if. It's simple human sense.
Nice.
Ask Insurance Producers Network in southeastern Wisconsin if auto owners make sense for you.
The electrical system in your home may not be keeping up. If things aren't working like they're supposed to, don't wait until it's a catastrophe.
That's it.
We're calling Best Electric.
Best Electric can handle any residential job, big or small. All estimates are upfront and even include financing options. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
For the Warriors, it's a 1st and goal. First play under the 2-minute timeout. Reams throwing. Hayes stretching. Dakota Hayes, touchdown. The rookie, his first college score, his 3rd college catch.
Great throw and great catch on that. He was covered like a blanket and still brought the ball down.
Sit means sit. Dog training sponsors the Hayes touchdown. Reams to Hayes, 3rd time they've connected in this quarter. Dakota Hayes needed a coming out party. This might be it.
This is huge. This is a huge play.
High snap. The kick is off. The kick is pure.
Good.
The freshman Lair able to punch it through. You had a freshman quarterback hitting a freshman wide receiver and then a freshman place kicker. 17-14. Warriors capitalize off the turnover by SNC, going 60 yards in just 2:44.
You assume you're looking for an onside kick here.
Quincy Reams is 16 out of 22 tonight. 124 yards. That is his first touchdown. Quarterback rating of 126. This is his best game as a Warrior.
You know, he really has, in the last 8 minutes of the game, done a nice job. Nice job throwing the football.
And it doesn't feel, it doesn't look like the moment has been too big for him.
No, it doesn't. And, you know, he really overcame that interception early in the game. He didn't wilt. He came back and played with confidence, which is hard to do after you throw that interception. But everybody's ready for an onside.
Mikolai Amaya Overchuk to attempt the first onside kick of the season. Miko gets it away. It bounds at the 47, and then it's covered up by the St. Norbert Green Knights at the 48-yard line of Wisconsin Lutheran College. The man who came out of there with the football, Ethan Burns, number 16.
One timeout. This is going to be tough duty here.
Again, the Warriors did force a fumble that set up their score a moment ago. 1:45, and again, only one timeout left. St. Norbert has never lost. 4-0 to Wisconsin Lutheran. 1:45 away from staying perfect. McVeigh, short gain. Timeout, Tresky and the Warriors with 1:39 to go.
Timeout, Wisconsin Lutheran, their last and a half.
Well, pretty obvious here, Dennis. First down for St. Norbert's going to seal this game. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's going to be, you know, if they just run the clock, run their plays, run the clock, we're going to get the ball back with about 10 seconds or so.
McVeigh, 101. Check it, 103 rushing yards in this ball game. And at halftime, he had just 18.
Yeah, he's had a great second half. Wow.
He has both the Green Knights touchdowns. St. Norbert, mentioned the Warriors will be on the road the next 2 weeks. St. Norbert's going to begin a 3-game homestand next week as they welcome in Eureka. And the Green Knights hoping to go 2-1 as they prepare for the Red Devils. 2nd down and 8. Warriors need to turn them aside. They can't stop the clock anymore. Out of timeouts. McVeigh straight ahead. Oh, he broke free. And he picks up a first down for St. Norbert that should seal this deal. It has been his half. Meneguzzo, I beg your pardon, third time's the charm, is going to hobble off. Tanner Hora is going to come in. Boy, that guy right there, 28, has been the star for St. Norbert since halftime.
Yeah, he has. Right up the middle, and that's where they've had their luck this second half.
And now the victory formation for St. Norbert. This was an even battle. This is a very even statistical battle, and this game, the final score is going to be indicative of how even these two teams are. Unfortunately, the Green Knights are going to be 3 points better.
Yeah, as it turns out, the field goal that was made, we got our hands on it. It still went through the goalpost for the 3 points they needed to win this thing.
Yeah, the Tyler Jurgensen 35-yard field goal that came in the second quarter will be the difference here at Raabe Stadium tonight, as for the 5th consecutive season and for the 5th time ever, the St. Norbert College Green Knights get the better of the Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors. 17-14 as the clock drains here at Raabe Stadium. As we said, the Warriors will be on the road the next 2 weeks at Lakeland next Saturday. The Green Knights get ready for Eureka and a 3-game homestand. And Wayne Chevy is standing by with Coach Eric Tresky.
Coach, obviously a tough loss, 17-14, a little too late. Talk about how the turnover early in the third quarter kind of changed what you were planning on doing.
I mean, it hurt us significantly. Gave them a short field. I feel like the defense, if we force them to drive the field, defense played really, really well. It's a play we've worked a lot. Unfortunately, we missed it. That's on me for not getting our guys ready to see it. So yeah, got to improve.
Yeah, what else do you want to work on the offense for the upcoming week?
Getting assignment sound. We came off the bye week. We had a really good week of prep, and we came out and we made, in the first 6 plays, 3 errors. It's very uncharacteristic of us. You can't win offensively at football in general if you're not consistent, if everyone's not executing their assignments. So just all we can do is learn, and even myself, learn how to respond, how to coach our guys up through those moments better. That's what it's all about, is taking whatever gift we've been given and growing it.
Really quick about Jakota Hayes, 3 catches, and a touchdown. Yeah. Talk about him.
He's been very patient for his opportunities. He's done a great job all camp, all season long. We put him in because we felt like we might get some man, and he's a good man receiver, and he showed it, man. He made some key plays when it counted most, and obviously you could tell Quincy feels comfortable with him too. So
yeah. Great effort tonight. Best of luck on the week ahead, and we'll see you in Lakeland.
Yep. God bless. Take care.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Wayne, for your efforts tonight. Thanks as always, Eric Tresky, very gracious in comments and win or loss. Tonight, 17-14, it's a defeat at the hands of St. Norbert. Stick around. We'll come back, give you a play of the game, a warrior of the game, some final numbers from Raabe Stadium. This is People's State Bank coverage of Wisconsin Lutheran College football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
Here's your food.
So, can the play it?
Hey, your food's right here. Have a nice day.
Thanks, you too.
Food's here.
Food's here.
Best pizza in town.
Food's here. We're here. Quick Trip.
Ding dong.
Mountain Dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dream. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine. Give me a
This isn't just another college.
If you are looking for a university where the professors care about you, you can meet friends who have the same values as you, and you're going to be in a super fun area with a ton of student activities and fun stuff to do, then you want to go to WLC.
This is a place where you'll engage in Christ-centered academics and student life experiences that activate your potential.
Learning here at WLC is incredibly hands-on learning. You get a bunch of different experiences.
You can really balance academics with athletics or fine arts or any extracurriculars.
I don't think a single student here graduates without thinking that they are a Christian leader. You get everything when you come here. You get a wonderful community of people. You get endless opportunities.
WLC initially was just a college for me, but now it's a home.
Your greatest adventure starts here. Visit wlc.edu/purpose to learn more.
Both the Green Knights and the Warriors, it is a rivalry, but it really is a respectful rivalry. Team prayer at the middle of the field. St. Norbert wins this thing by a final of 17-14. Warriors drop to 1-2 in the NAC, 1-4 overall. St. Norbert improves to 2-1 in the conference, now 2-3 overall. This ball game was 10-7 St. Norbert at halftime. But as we get into this thing, Dennis, the second half, it was a slugfest all night. But the second half, you knew that there would be limited possessions, both turnovers. One each way came after halftime.
Yeah, it was a slugfest the second half. It looked like beginning the second half that St. Norbert's had a little momentum going. And then as the second half continued to move along, it felt like we kind of stemmed the tide a little bit and just had a really nice back and forth.
Time now for our play of the game. Our play of the game for the Warriors is, as always, sponsored by People's State Bank. This one brought it to within 3. It was Quincy Reams connecting with Jakota Hayes. For Hayes, his first collegiate touchdown. His first 3 college catches all came in the second half, and this was the capper for his night.
And so many good things about that play. Quincy Reams just quickly flicked the ball out and made a great catch, touchdown. Made it exciting at the end, that's for sure.
And as Eric Tresky said, that might be the start of a connection, of a chemistry that could provide some big plays for years to come. Freshman QB and a talented freshman wide receiver. We'll take one final timeout, come back, give you our Warrior of the Game, set you up for our final broadcast of the season already as we say goodnight from Raabe Stadium after this break.
The world is changing in powerful ways. You deserve an education that helps you meet the moment. Wisconsin Lutheran College. An academic and faith experience embedded in a close-knit community that activates your potential. Preparing you for life's critical moments so you can step into your unique purpose as a bold Christian leader. Take the first step at wlc.edu/purpose.
Final segment of our Warriors post-game show as Wisconsin Lutheran College falls 17-14 here to St. Norbert under the lights at historic Raabe Stadium. And our player of the game, our warrior of the game, we're going to go with the freshman quarterback Quincy Reams getting the start for the first time since the second game of the year. It's sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group, Colin A. Mack agent. This was his best game.
It was his best game, clearly. If you were here to see him the first couple of weeks, he was decisive on all the things that he did tonight. When he decided to run, he took off. He wasn't hee-hawing around back there. He took off, and he made some very nice throws, including that one right there with a touchdown late in the game.
Career high in passing for Quincy Reams in his third game as a starting quarterback, 124 yards. He was 16 out of 22. That touchdown on his line. He also ran for a career-high 60 net yards. And Reams, I think if memory serves, 5 first downs picked up with his feet, 4 of which came on third down.
And some of them were like Houdini.
Yep, he was impressive. Now he's got to add, build, and move on. Could not do these broadcasts without this list of sponsors, including our title sponsor, People's State Bank. Our presenting sponsor, Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack Agent. Auto Owners Insurance, Best Electric Service, Dunn Sporting Goods, Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Today's Dentistry, Clear Hits Radio. Enlighten Realty Group, the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, and by Sonesta Milwaukee West, Wauwatosa. Warriors are going to be on the road for the next 2 weeks, which means we only have one broadcast left because there is only one home game left. It'll be the first day of November, Saturday, November 1st. 1 o'clock kickoff, 12:30 pregame. The reigning defending conference champions, Don Beebe's Aurora Spartans, will be here. And we'll have the broadcast on My24, of course, and on WLCSports.com. So the Warriors with the loss dropped to 1-2. St. Norbert in conference now 2-1. Thanks to everybody behind the scenes, our My People creative production crew, our director Mark Bomberg, our producer and engineer Jason Ruck, and everybody else behind the scenes. For Wayne Chevy and the Hall of Famer Dennis Miller, my name is Scott Warris saying good night from historic Raabe Stadium. Again, the final score, St. Norbert 17 and Wisconsin Lutheran College 14. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. You've been watching a presentation of Wisconsin Lutheran College Warriors football.